D is that the little moon?
What is D&D? How you do that, baby? I just want to put it on vibrate. All right, so I put a little moon on D&D. No phone calls this week, baby. I mean, I like a little vibrating though. You know. What we got opening for us this week, girl? I hear you going over there with some things.
It's Janet Jackson appreciating. Gag toe pencil hold the nigga on the damn street.
Bitch, I have never.
Shout out to Zach Fox. Follow him on SoundCloud. He does amazing mashups.
I just want to say
This is terrific.
we have to let it go so I could feel. Wait, you put Diamond's verse on here, right?
It's a whole song. Yeah.
It's the whole mashup.
Yeah, we knocking and bucking and ready to fight. I feel like I can't even be as right. See me, I ain't nothing nice. And not no seating, no stopping. That be like Saddam Hussein, Hitler, and Osama bin Laden.
Now standing and popping in the night.
I can't believe you mixed it like this.
We get crunk about this crime I do. Now enough is enough. Why rook and get stuffed? Why nook is a must? Why nook if he buck? Why nook if you buck? I don't give a fuck, baby. Look if you buck.
Oh, Mondays.
I don't give a fuck.
You know what would be funny? If this is what Tom Brady told Matthew. Yeah, nuck if you buck, nigga. Well, he ain't say the N
You're
word.
not saying that.
But who knows?
I mean, we
Tom
saw the
Brady.
MAGA
We saw the
hat.
MAGA hat. I was
We've
about
all
to say.
seen the
Now,
MAGA
before we get
hat.
into that, let me shout
Yes.
out. This is not my mix. This is Zach Fox.
Oh.
Follow him on
Oh, shout out
social-
to Zach Fox.
Yeah,
He used to do the Vice shit.
Yes. So,
Yes.
so
Okay,
follow
Zach
him.
Fox?
Yeah,
He is
I'll post it on the SoundCloud,
hilarious.
but yeah, he's freaking funny.
He is hilarious. And it was crazy. So I did an episode. He was on Vice Live. Also, shout out to Marie. That's my boo, Reezy. So he had the show Vice Live. But when we did the episode with him, he actually drank his own nut on TV. I know. And this isn't me just bringing up sex, but that's how
Yes,
I met
it is.
Zach Fox. But I met him, and that's what he did on TV, bruh. This is what Vice gets you. I'm not gonna lie. I watch Vice when I'm high. When
Shout
I'm
out to Vice.
Yeah, right? Only a Vice show would have that as a segment. And it was
Or,
science.
yeah, or
he
a
was doing it
Saturday
as a
night
science experiment, y'all.
Don't talk about science, girl, because we had this discussion like 2 weeks ago.
I mean, I ain't believe it
You are
either.
now proving yourself wrong by saying it was a science experiment.
They
and he
called
was
it
drinking
that.
his
And
own nut.
actually, that's something that you would have seen at the box on Christie Street. Only real ones know.
Oh,
You know what's crazy?
That would have been something.
I talk about how much I'm like so upset the world isn't open and that I didn't get to experience the box like a lot of people did.
Man,
And I wish I did.
What a time.
I know.
what a time.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, how was y'all's week though? What was going on?
Oh, it's interesting. It was a good week though, I think, overall. My back hurts, girl. I'm old.
I didn't do much. I watched a lot of TV.
I worked out and went and looked at apartments. That was what I did.
Ooh, productive.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to move. I'm hyped because everything that I'm looking at, I'm like, oh, this is great. And I'm like having to really examine the amenities and things that I really need and stuff that I'm like, okay, what am I gonna need for my apartment? How am I gonna utilize this space? What am I gonna do with this wall? And it's so much more space than I anticipated being able to have in New York.
Especially in New York.
Girl.
Especially in New
So
York.
my week was cool. That was really the gist of my week. And then of course all the premieres of shows and movies and things like that. So
I actually spent this week doing that a little bit. I actually I set up a little date night for my man on Friday, which was cute. Of course, like some movie theaters are still closed here in New York. I mean, still indoor dining is closed until Valentine's Day. So I y'all know I got my little Fresh Direct box. Hey, shout out Hello Fresh Direct. I can show you how I make these meals. Holla at us.
We would
But
love.
I had the little pad thai, made that. He brought like the Asian chicken. And then, so I have a movie theater in my building. And so I reserved it and I bought all of the movie theater snacks and put it in my purse. Cause I said, even if we was going to the movies, I bring my own snacks, baby. Ain't nobody paying
You have
$5
to.
for Raisinets.
You have to.
So I had like the Swedish fish. I had the Raisinets. I had Reese's. I had like the Sour Patch Kids, all the stuff that you would get for like $45 at the movie theater. I just snuck it in my purse.
Love it.
And I told him he had to dress up. So I actually wore heels and dressed up because we met in COVID. So I don't feel like I've been able to dress up for him.
So he's never seen you stunt.
Nah, so I had my little leather pants on, had my heels on, had the little tits up. Well, they don't really sit up. We was talking about lifts before the show. But titties don't really sit up. But they was there.
It's gravity.
It is. And you know what's crazy? I used to be like, a bra? I don't need that. And it's not gravity. I'm going to just say age. It's age science too.
It's gravity.
Well, whatever that thing is pulling these babies down, baby.
Once you get to a certain size, they don't just like, hello, sit up and smile.
I didn't believe people like,
nah,
I
they
had
get
like
heavy.
a double D, and babe, my
No.
double D's used to be right here. So I was like, oh baby, my titties is different. They heavy, but I thought I just had different
They heavy,
titties.
but they up.
I didn't realize at one point I would, face what I guess most women.
I mean, yeah, it's gravity. It could be age too. I also think some of it is genetic because, like, I know some women that have like, this is the biggest my boobs have ever been, and so it's just like it's awkward for me because they sit wonderfully, but I still would not want to go somewhere without a bra. Like, it just will still
And
be.
see, I'm free balling. I like to free ball bras.
Oh yeah, no, I don't believe
everything.
in drawers. I don't believe in
Me
underwear.
neither.
I'm
Do
not
you
an
believe in underwear?
person.
I do.
You do? Yeah. Yeah, I'm not an underwear believer.
But it's more like functionality more so than, because I could go commando and I'm fine with that. Like,
Okay.
it's comfortable.
Yeah.
But it's functionality. Like, okay, I want to have the underwear that doesn't have the seams today because of the dress.
Yeah, there's different types.
But it's still winter, so, you don't want that 20-degree draft. Yeah.
Nah, I feel that. I don't know. It's weird because like
My thighs are an incredible barrier for the draft, but
facts.
they
I
are
was about to
just.
say facts.
Let me tell you something.
I don't have
the way
that.
that they
I'm-
are connected.
I wasn't blessed.
ain't nothing getting through there. I promise.
Fine.
I was about to say
Jaws of life.
I was about to say if I wear a dress, I don't care if it's 20 degrees outside. A bitch still gonna have some chafing and some sweating in these thighs, baby.
Oh, I have
It's still
deodorant.
hot
I
down
have
there.
deodorant specifically for my inner thighs. I have two different deodorants.
And I had to learn
Yeah.
that like that could fuck up your pH because it's right there. Like so, you do have to be careful with what deodorant you use on your thighs. Oh yeah, I've been learning so much.
Yeah, I
with
use Tums. It's
Okay. Oh,
yeah, Tums is
organic.
good.
Yeah, I use Tums. That's the one that
yeah,
goes for
definitely.
the
I don't know if you
bikini.
should be putting Dove or nothing in between.
Oh,
that,
nah.
'cause
No, ma'am. Mm-mm.
But yeah, like it's funny because when I put on panties, I realize like I don't make it the whole day. At some point, it ends up in my fanny pack or my purse. I just take them off because my pussy, it just need to breathe. I just don't
Yeah.
like panties.
She's just very independent. There's a lot that
I'm independent.
she's just very I mean, my box is very independent. She's very independent. She doesn't like to be constricted or confined.
Facts.
And so underwear just really gets in the way. And I find even if I wear regular underwear, it still does that weird, like it pinches my hip so that my like the thigh meat is like being, irritated. Or then if I don't and I just do a G-string, the G-string is just pointless. It's like having a shoelace in the crack of your ass. It's the dumbest thing in the world to me. And then if it's a regular, like the seamless shit.
You did say you had an independent box.
She's independent.
She got her own car.
Yeah,
She got her own car.
She got her own deodorant.
She got her own deodorant. It's organic.
She got her own wash. And my pussy does have her own wash.
Paraben and aluminum free.
You know what I mean? All of that. You
Yes.
feel me?
Box owner,
Oh no, the box, her official box owner subscriptions are a vibe. I've gotten a lot of
Yes,
great stuff.
Look, I love when you be using it. You
it's
be
good.
like, ooh.
I be so
I
excited.
had fun last night.
I'm
Girl. I be
so
like, okay,
excited.
girl.
Yeah, it's different. No, I can't subscribe to underwear. Underwear never fits me properly. If it's the seamless thing, it ends up rolling into an uncomfortable. It's just.
And
it's
then
too
for
much
the
fun.
men
get
listening,
it.
let's not talk about when we actually put in effort to have the matching bra and panties, and niggas still just be like,
Can
take
we
it out.
have an honest conversation
Uh-oh.
about
They don't
lingerie?
care.
They don't
care.
It is a way like. I've gotten upset.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, you too.
I've gotten irritated because I started buying lingerie for date night because I thought, you know what, this will be really nice. This will be really special. And also it takes the pressure off of having to like go overboard for holidays like Valentine's Day, which to me are kind of silly when it comes to that kind of thing. It's like, oh, look, we're going to just dress up the same box you get every day.
So you dress up underneath and on top.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but so I've been buying, yes. So
I said your first mistake.
First
I've seen
mistake.
it already.
So I have the lingerie on underneath, right? And it's awkward as shit because I'm a tomboy. So it's hard for me to like It's the garter under the and it's squeezing
girl.
the thigh. It was a lot. I did that once under a dress, and it was the worst idea ever. But it ended up working out. In my mind, I was really trying to give Robin Givens and Boomerang.
That's what I've
with
done.
The trench.
I've done that. I've done the
Ooh.
trench
That's what
and nothing
that's
under
where my mind
but
Did y'all not get the response you wanted though when y'all went all? Because that's first off for the men listening, that's a lot of work and thought that we put into even doing that. Like lingerie, the trench coat.
Well, first
did you
of
wear heels
all,
with it?
I have a hard
wore heels
time
with it.
Yes, it's sexy.
This is like God. This had to be like 10 years ago. He loved it, but he was just like, "You drove here, right?"
Oh no!
He was trying to put together how this even came to be.
Because here go men.
Did you?
You left out the house like that?
Right. Exactly.
Nobody saw you leaving the crib. Nobody stopped you on your way to the car.
we don't see how Robin Givens gets there to Marcus's apartment. Right. So it's like, how did,
right.
You didn't take a cab, did you?
Right.
Uber didn't. It didn't exist.
It
back
didn't
then.
exist
Yeah.
then.
You didn't take a. You took a cab.
So I get
You took
mad.
a gypsy cab in Brooklyn. You
Not
drove,
the dollar
right?
van.
Right.
Dollar van. You let Winston see you like this?
And now it's an argument. Now it's a goddamn argument.
And now the lingerie is not for him anymore. Now it was for Winston. No, honestly, it just is frustrating to me because we're so passionate and stuff that it's like it almost doesn't matter. Like I feel like it's like to turn it up, and I'm bragging, sorry. But it's already so incredible that it's like the lingerie doesn't add
nothing.
It doesn't add
It
layers.
doesn't.
Once
It
you
doesn't.
like
Anything.
Yeah.
It's literally for you to feel sexy about
which
yourself.
I feel like it's cool, but I'm like, man, I gotta keep buying. Now I've set the precedent, so now I'm like every week I've been buying from.
I was about to say the site I told you, and we ain't gonna shout them out because y'all need to cut a check
need to cut a check.
But
Yeah.
girl, that's where I get mine, and I actually have an outfit for
bulk.
Valentine's Day.
In bulk, I do too. I have two for Valentine's
And I ain't
Day.
gonna hold you. That's why I like that my nigga ain't got social media, because y'all gonna see it on the Instagram, but it's for him. But he don't care because he ain't on Instagram.
So
They
let's
need to cut a check. I don't see you in no more lingerie.
Let's figure out how they can cut a check. Let's have this conversation on air.
Yeah.
You know I like checks.
Yes.
Let's see now.
Verified
So,
checks too.
can
We might have to
give-
get some Gorilla Glue on Olivia's hair to get her
to get
verified.
her a blue check, bruh. We gotta get you some Gorilla Glue, bruh.
I do not want
She has
anything.
like-
I already have about a couple centimeters of hair right now. I do not want.
She ain't even
Gorilla Glue on my scalp.
gonna have that, bruh. She got
not.
over 300,000 followers and a blue
No,
check.
she has 500,000
Half a
followers.
million.
followers.
It's a
now?
500,000
Bruh.
followers.
It's the
and she is
500,000
now
followers
verified.
and the blue check for literally applying
for being dope.
dangerous, hazardous chemicals to her scalp.
I said, okay, and I know, like, I put in my stories and people were like, this is fucking stupid. I said, hey, Gorilla Glue, like, find some kind of endorsement deal. People have gotten more for less. In terms of, like,
the Money
you know what I'm
Reside
saying?
man had a Super Bowl commercial, apparently.
Who?
The
Money
Money
Reside.
Reside.
Oh,
with
yeah, exactly.
He capitalized
So
off
people have
that.
gotten more for less. My thing is, okay, yes, she made this very, very stupid mistake at age 40.
Not an age.
I have to
She's
emphasize.
40?
I have to emphasize and
She
look
looks so
damn
young.
good.
She looks
But
so
yeah,
young.
she's-
I would
she's
never
like,
have
don't
gone
crack.
40.
She's 40.
Jesus.
Made a very, very stupid mistake at age 40. It doesn't even, well, yeah, it does matter. But here we are. This mistake was made, but it also shows the strength of this product. Gorilla Glue,
Right.
it has a strong hold. It's still number 1 in terms of adhesives. So let's
this is
spin
a free
this.
commercial for them.
Well,
actually.
let's make sure now she's taking the proper measurements. Maybe they're in talks behind the scenes, but I see an endorsement coming along where she's doing a commercial, something on. She's already verified. Gorilla Glue
She
probably
has
helped with that.
588,000
I see-
followers.
I see a collaboration in the future. It would be very, very smart for them to make sure medically she's okay, because somebody somewhere will try to spin this and say it's their fault, even though clearly it's not. But I see something in the works in the future with her and Gorilla Glue, because at the end of the day, it's showing the strength and the withal of their product, and it's driving up sales. When you search Gorilla, it pops up like crazy. People are actually buying it just as a joke novelty to show on social media because of this story and how it blew up.
This is going to be real auntie of me. But for a lot of the women listening, for whatever reason, there's so many women that just don't look at the instructions or ingredients of things before they put it on. I mean, again, if we were talking about even my box,
listen.
This woman used pH balance as lube because it looked like a lube bottle. I said, so you just fucked with soap? Like, because it looked like a lube bottle? And this woman clearly sprayed Gorilla Glue on her hair thinking it looked like, I think it's what, Gorilla Snot? There is
an actual
Gorilla Snot is the gel that you can use.
Which is a good gel.
It is.
It's like
Right.
a
powerful gel.
And I ain't gonna hold y'all. That's why I came in here with a wig the other day, because I didn't have gots to be. Y'all think I was just going for any other household product to lay these edges down? No.
I mean, listen, I used wig glue. I use wig glue for my lashes once.
Oh, wait, wig glue?
Yeah,
wait,
like bonding,
wait.
like bonding, like.
Joe, because we're potting. No one was looking out the window.
I did the wave. Bye.
Oh yeah, hey Parks, we editing all this out. He ain't getting four episodes of features.
We love you, Joe.
Peace.
Bye, Joseph.
Bye.
Interrupted yet again by Joe. We're back. But yeah, so wait, I'm not gonna lie though. That's something that I think we all used because sometimes I was born before 2012. And I did use it when I wasn't using kicks. I was using the bonding glue.
Yeah, I used bonding glue on lashes when I used to put strips on.
Oh, and that's why we have to wait for them to grow back.
That's why I currently have lash extensions, because when I finally took that strip off of my lid, yeah, I look like a newborn puppy. I had no lashes. It was ridiculous.
Not a newborn puppy.
Yeah, you know how it's just skin. It's just all skin up top over the eyes.
Well, I hope that she does get that resolved and she's able to grow hair.
But somebody give her a check for
fat.
Her
She's gonna get it.
She has a about almost $6,000 so far on her GoFundMe.
Oh, that's great.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Because I don't feel like insurance would cover this, but this sounds like some.
Because I mean, she didn't stay in the ER too long. They just really sent her home with acetone pads and stuff, and she pretty much had to do all that at home.
That is just, just. Child, I mean, it was laid though, child. It was laid to the gods.
For a month?
Baby. For a whole
Gorilla Glue. It holds. It's one of the best adhesives.
And
in
not
the
only
world.
that, for the ladies listening, when you go and get your ponytail done, you know you may have 5 days with a ponytail in. It don't like a ponytail got to stay getting redone. So for her to get that, for a month,
I just hope that her scalp can just reestablish itself and provide new growth. Because in all honesty, like, you got to remember, her scalp is also being hindered from actually growing for over a month now.
Right.
Which
is sad. All I can think
ingrown
of,
hairs are happening as well. So it's a lot of trauma happening on her scalp right now. So I hope she can.
Yeah. All I could think of was Joe Pesci in Home Alone, where he burns. He gets the flame when he goes into the house, and it's literally no hat, no head. He was wearing his Scully the way Joe wears his Scully.
There's so many.
And
actually,
it just made me really sad. That's all I could think of. That, and then in Matilda, where Danny DeVito, where they glue the hat to his head too, and it's
the
fusion. The hat is fused to the hair.
There's so many things in just pop culture and movies that have to do with putting the wrong thing in your hair. Like, my mind automatically went to There's Something About Mary.
Yeah.
And that's sperm. She didn't lose her hair.
No, she didn't lose her hair, but it went stuck. She was like, oh, what type of gel did you use?
Yeah. Classic movie.
I love that movie. That was one of my favorite movies.
To be honest, I was actually afraid of the potential of that happening once I started. Like, I had that thought in my head, like, I hope that's not really how that works. Because if that's the case, if that's what happens when you put it in your hair, I don't want it anywhere near my face.
I found out it actually starts to flake, and it actually becomes like it dries up. So you don't get. Oh yeah, because I like facials and all that shit. So I come wherever you want. But when it dries, if you don't get it all out, it becomes flakes. I'm just saying it dries up. It ain't what.
Do you wear glasses or contacts?
No.
Well, that's why.
Oh, wait. What does that have to do with anything? You close your eyes. You don't keep your eyes open during a facial.
You don't?
Bro, look, even Steph is laughing. No, because then you could get pink eye.
But what if
even Liv is just like?
But what?
Bro,
well, first of all,
wait.
I wasn't thinking about facials. I was thinking you just said he can come wherever he wants. So you just sit there just.
Actually, yeah. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
And
No.
you just wait to feel it.
You just wait for it.
Yeah. You don't have to look at it in the eye.
The way that I'm looking at both of y'all, so y'all just Stevie Wonder waiting for the night.
Yeah, you literally do. That's what. Yeah, look. Hey, Liv, why she sitting here thinking we gotta look like Raven Simone? No, bitch, we're not Raven Simone.
You don't know where it's gonna go because your eyes are closed. So
Right.
it's a lot of this.
So you give the man that power in that very position to come. Bruh, she thought we was Raven Simone and out
No,
here
I
waiting
thought you
for
were Ray Charles in there waiting for it. To be honest,
you are. You have to close your eyes.
that is awful.
But
I want to know. Like, I don't want to be surprised. I don't want to just be sitting here and just.
But you're not surprised
and then
because-
get hit. Like, no.
But it's only like 5 seconds that you're waiting because you know, okay, like you're ready. You're preparing for it. Like when you're on a roller coaster and you just know you're about to go up, but you're preparing for it, and then it shoots you up. It's the same thing. You're preparing yourself.
Because he lets you know.
Thank you, right? Thank you. There's an announcement.
I'm about the bus. Like, he lets you know.
This isn't like
Hank Hill. I'm about the bus.
No, bro, there's a whole like dialogue that happens for this.
No.
Bridget, bruh. Look at, I'm just dead because I didn't know that you didn't know that the eyes had to be closed. I'm like, bitch.
I'm just happy there is a moment of sexual revelation for me that makes me feel and sound like a prude for once.
We learn every day.
I'm not
every
gonna
day.
lie. Liv's face when you were just like, she just went straight to the soundboard. She just was like, girl. I guess since we're still kind of on catch up again, the Weeknd Super Bowl. Y'all want to get into that?
We can.
Did y'all watch it yesterday? I ain't gonna hold you. I had no party, no company, no wings, no beer. Therefore, bitch, I watched Netflix and just saw the updates on Twitter. So you guys can talk about the Super Bowl because I have nothing to really add. I was watching The Sinner whole first season. It was great.
The Sinner?
Oh, we'll talk about that towards the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to talk about our
but
shows.
So that's what I was doing instead of watching the Super Bowl. But I did like watch the timeline. I saw the memes. Of course, Weeknd is already memeable. What were y'all's thoughts on? Did y'all make bets or have parties or watch it with anybody?
I went to a friend's house in Jersey and watched it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was cute. I'm the person that likes to watch this. If I have no team in the Super Bowl, and I'm a Giants fan, so that's only happened a couple times in my lifetime.
I was about to say ever. They be losing.
Well, they don't even make it to the playoffs.
I was about to say I've been living up here and I've been like,
it's an emotional roller
It's like
coaster of
Knicks
extremes.
fans.
It's like we're either at the Super Bowl or we're not even in the playoffs for 7 years.
Y'all were so excited to have Odell. Y'all just wanted a dancing ass nigga. But that was excitement. Okay, my bad. Go ahead. Go ahead,
won
Giants
the Super Bowl. Listen, I'll take salsa in the
You're
end
right.
zone.
You're
Let's
right.
get loud. I'll take that in the end zone.
America.
I would take that in the end zone to win the Super Bowl. No, but I watched it at a friend's house and it was cool. I'm the person and I'm the friend that loves to watch for the musical entertainment. Like, I'm interested in who's going to sing the anthem, who's going to sing America the Beautiful. And this year, of course, it was her that did America the Beautiful, and it was Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church, who's a country artist for the majority of our listeners who don't have any idea who he is.
I had no idea who he was.
Maddie didn't either.
Had to put the whites in there.
America,
He's a very popular country.
I didn't know.
America,
Okay,
can we
popular?
stop? Can we
Really,
stop
really
trying
well
to unite
known.
us? Can we stop? Can we stop? Like, Jasmine
Like, why you
Sullivan,
can't just do Jasmine Sullivan and her? Why you gotta add country? Like,
it's like,
you know?
Oh my God.
we had to. It didn't have to be Jungle Fever to unite America. Like, in that moment, we didn't need that.
This is who they think America is.
We didn't need that. Oh yeah, and then it was so many things. And then Bruce Springsteen had a Jeep commercial that I didn't even know was a Jeep commercial. I was like, y'all should have just let him speak. This should have been a different commercial. It should not have been for Jeep.
Was it followed by the Drake State Farm? Like,
No, that was before.
Oh, okay.
It was
Now,
before.
let me tell you something
like,
I learned
Jeep.
a long time ago as a child.
Uh-huh.
You could dislike Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, it
you
wasn't
could
about
like
him.
Bruce Springsteen.
It wasn't
I'm
about
gonna tell
him.
you this. Every time you see Bruce Springsteen on a television or hear him on the radio, that man is Mr. America. You got respected.
Oh, I love Bruce Springsteen.
He is America.
He's
So
also one of
anything-
Jersey's finest.
Right.
It's not
What's
about
his
him.
song?
It's
What
not
that
about
song?
him.
No, the commercial, and I'm saying that because
I hated that it was
the
cheap.
commercial gave you
Super
that.
American.
He's like, born rugged.
He had on a cowboy hat.
Like,
It was
he's gonna
like-
give that energy.
It was a cowboy hat
Yeah.
and a church steeple in the middle of the desert. I said,
Everywhere around the world.
this is not New Jersey. I need y'all to
That's not even
stop.
Bruce, but
You know, I just felt like, all right, y'all dragging
What's
it with
his
this
song
commercial.
that like we would all know?
Born to Run is maybe a big one. I think for like Born to Run is the one.
Born in the USA.
Born in the USA also. He's
all
American.
right.
born in the. I'm gonna fuck
He
this shit. Let me
definitely,
play
he
this
definitely
shit.
got a MAGA hat.
Hey, fuck it up, fuck it up.
How you putting jazz to this song?
She's Millie rocking to this song.
Millie rocking
She's
to
Millie
Made in the
rocking.
USA.
Yeah, it's
Send that
appropriate.
stimmy.
Oh,
It's appropriate.
Send that
It's
stimmy.
appropriate.
Oh. In a dead man's town. Hey,
I thought Garth Brooks was like
fuck the commies.
country man.
Hey,
Oh my
hey,
God.
Hey.
Look, do you like this song, Liv?
I fucks with this. Yeah,
This is a good
Say I was
It's a good song.
born in the USA.
Well, y'all don't count Florida as a part of the USA, so
We don't.
I was born in Florida.
But shout out to Uncle Luke and them. They
Ooh, shout out.
had banned in the USA as a response to Born in the USA.
See, now if you want to like start dancing, like baby, that's what we need to play, baby. Like, let me tell you, when I used to, sorry, when I used to bartend in South Beach, bruh. Uncle Luke, again, this was prior to 2012. This is the life I lived. I was bartending, and we had Uncle Luke host a party every Memorial Day weekend. I wasn't there every, because I knew Miami wasn't my life after 1 year. But he literally would have women on stage picking up Corona bottles with their pussies. Like, this is what, like, it was like a competition to see how like strong your pussy could be. So again, we're at a club. This is maybe by this time 3:00 in the morning. Uncle Luke, come on, you got the cat be like, you know, just the dance competition.
Mm-hmm.
But then he would see who got the tightest pussy in the club, and he would yell and say, "Who got the tightest pussy in the club?" And bitches would raise their hand and come up and lift up their skirts and squat on top of a Corona bottle and try to pick it up. Whoever could like pick it up the furthest had the tightest pussy, baby. And that's what I was seeing when I worked at the club in Miami on South Beach back in the day, baby. So yeah, it was like, that's Uncle Luke though. And so like, again, I didn't get to experience Freaknik in Atlanta, or did you guys have anything in New York like that? Like that just
The
kind of...
Puerto Rican Day Parade.
I was like, oh.
I wasn't going to say it. I was going to let Liv say it. I was going to let Liv say it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
No, so like... Come on. This
Yeah.
is me.
Yeah.
But also like this is literally like not only like hip hop and how you view things, but it was amazing. Kept me coming.
I know what it is, but like
Oh.
what it's called something else. It's not called that.
Oh.
I'm trying to find
Girl,
it.
I don't be knowing shit. I just be singing and dancing.
Make it.
Yeah, see, look.
Bounce.
I'm so glad y'all know
Make
that.
it.
I didn't know New York people knew about
Bounce.
that.
Yeah.
Y'all know
Listen
K Wayne with it?
to everything that
Yeah.
was
Oh,
even
okay. I just didn't know.
remotely on that beat.
Okay, look, we done went from the Super Bowl to goddamn Corona bottles and pussy. So
Well,
I'm gonna
yeah.
take it back to you,
We're a
Bridget.
diverse crew.
We are a very diverse crew. We're all born in the USA, and we enjoy several pastimes.
But we brought it up because Luke and them, they got a song called Banned in the USA.
Do they?
Oh.
Yeah, it's a throwback, but they made it like after Bruce.
Auntie music.
Auntie music.
It's terrific. But yeah, so the Super Bowl was cool. The commercials were great.
I heard they weren't that great this year.
I thought they were pretty great.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
thought they
what
were pretty
did
great.
y'all think of the weekend? What is this?
It's banned in the USA.
Oh.
I don't know about this. This ain't what I really want to go like this.
Yeah, I'm more born to run away from this.
Look. So I guess if we go back to the halftime performance, did y'all like Weeknd? I mean, I feel like, what is our thoughts on Weeknd over here? Because I feel like we don't really, I don't really
I
care
saw him
about
at Coachella and a few years ago, and it was great. But
It was?
Yeah, I was high in the desert.
That's why it was great.
I mean,
You were high.
I
everything
learned
was
that a
great.
long time ago that like essentially you have to be,
You have to be under
on-
the influence of something
under some substance
for most performances.
Yeah,
It's just the way it is.
just not.
It's a rite of
but for him,
it's a rite of passage.
the first time I've ever saw him perform was in 2011 when House of Balloons first
Yes.
dropped. What his first performance
Was he good then?
His first performance was in Brooklyn,
Okay.
and he was, I guess, still coming to his own. He blew up out of nowhere, so he was super shy.
did.
It was terrible. Like, it was just really, really bad. But we were all too high to care.
Yeah.
So I realized that that's essentially what the vibes is with the Weeknd. Like,
Y'all saw the
it's
tweet?
Coke music.
I was about to say, they
Yeah,
said
it just-
the Pepsi halftime show was brought to you by Coke this year.
Right.
Well, it was a great performance. I'm hoping all of the dancers got COVID tests beforehand
They
because a
look
lot
sad.
of
They
people
all had masks on, thankfully.
And they 6 feet apart, I think.
I mean, they were
socially distanced.
They were more socially distant than the audience, if we're keeping it in
No,
the
it
book.
was
shit.
apparently it was cardboards.
No.
Oh, no, there
not
was a
lot of
everybody.
people
There
in
was
there.
still a lot of
For
people in
real.
there.
You know, Florida gonna Florida.
They show is, and you know what's crazy? I want to shout out to everyone who went to Tampa not knowing how motherfucking Ybor City give it up. Cause I had a whole bunch of people from Atlanta and just all over like, ooh, Tampa, Super Bowl, Florida, it's open. Y'all know the ratchetness of Central Florida until you motherfucking go to Central Florida. Y'all should have took y'all asses over to Clearwater if you wanted a little bit more like subduedness. But no, like when we would leave Orlando and like the strip clubs, Tampa, by the way, if y'all don't know, has, I think, the most strip clubs out
Oh.
of any city in the U.S.
Wow.
And Ybor City is one of those that is just like, it's almost like a, what's the street in New Orleans? Like a
Bourbon?
But like ratchet. And so I think a lot of people weren't expecting that because, of course, you have Super Bowl nights. You have a lot of celebrities in town. You think it's going to be upscale and exclusive. And nah, bruh, not Tampa. Welcome to Florida.
Well-
so shout out to all of y'all. Not shout out to y'all because y'all some COVID-ass spreaders out there.
Y'all was super
Look at me
spreaders.
trying to give a shout out to them.
Y'all
COVID
was super
spreaders.
spreading as
Super
fuck.
Spreader 55.
But no, I thought the weekend was cool. I just, it's Coachella.
cool.
It's Coachella with no drugs. That's all
I
it was. It was
I was
fine.
just upset that we didn't get this. We couldn't get this.
You
We
did
couldn't- we
tweet
couldn't-
that.
we couldn't
you
get
did.
Drake
I saw
to come
you
out?
tweet that.
We couldn't get the song that took him there. The song on the biggest night of his career. We couldn't at least get the intro to this. This is a song that took him to higher heights.
Shout out to the ladies that be loving the crew.
Oh man.
Fellas, y'all shouldn't have fine friends. I'm sorry.
we didn't even get high for this.
Oh, man, we got nothing.
Do they have to deal with? Do you
didn't-
think it had to do with like clearances and stuff like that?
No, I mean
No?
it's all his music, but I think FCC wise, he probably was like, let's play it super safe, and I already have like a ton of hits that people love
I think
anyway.
he did
so
it. Yeah, I think this was really a testament to his crossover appeal, right? And his crossover status. Like he
Okay.
is a
Yeah,
real.
it's not about-
He's a real pop star now.
it's not about the day ones. Fuck y'all.
correct.
It's not about
it
y'all.
wasn't about us at all. Because we would have loved High for this. We would have loved Wicked Games. We would have loved, any old weekend where we were like, oh my God, Abel. You know what I'm saying? Like all the nerds, all the R&B like misfit, socially awkward nerds that really loved and fucked with the Weeknd early on. Like that's what we loved about the Weeknd.
Right.
Granted, I think the exciting thing to see was the fact that all of the entertainment was primarily black. And I
Yeah.
support
Yeah,
that.
but
and I
they
think
probably
that was
did that
cool.
on some motherfucking like because
Yeah,
of the
I mean, I
culture,
get it,
like
but you
because
know
of the
what?
climate, we have to do this.
But you know what? I would rather watch The Weeknd perform his pop hits than watch a 125-year-old white band.
not 125 years.
No, dead ass. Like,
in the USA.
no, not Bruce. I just like you're talking about the Super Bowl, which is the most watched event on television in this
In the
country,
year, in
right?
this country, yeah.
And so because of that, they usually will give it to they usually do play it quote unquote safe and give it to the Rolling Stones or the Who or you know what I'm saying? And it's no shade to them. They're legends in their own respect,
are.
right? But it's like bro, if we could really decide between having current day artists who have literally made incredible careers off the last 10 years versus someone who was making hit records at the same time as the Beatles.
Right.
You got to think about generationally how big of a disconnect that is, right? So whether they did it to be like, look, black people, we fuck with y'all or not.
They fuck with The Weeknd. They do.
I thought this was cool. I thought this was cool.
I will say I will be making a cheese grater remake of him in the tunnel area.
Oh, you got, because you're on TikTok,
I will do it.
Right?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok. I have no TikTok posts, but this will be my first post of me in a cheese grater recreating this scene with a red suit on.
Why do you play so much?
Yeah, I sent both of y'all the meme that was literally, this is me trying to navigate through Queens.
It is.
With 63rd Drive, 63rd Road, 63rd Park, 63rd Place.
Please.
This is how I feel.
It's the worst. Then these dashes in between numbers, what does that mean? I don't fucking know. It's confusing as shit.
Oh,
ridiculous.
It's
yeah,
the street,
it's complicated.
And then I guess the block of numbers.
So the number on the Drive, Park Place, Avenue, Street, Boulevard.
I do just want to say too, Queens was one of those boroughs. I've been in New York for 8 years. I feel like I never dated or messed with or even had friends that lived in Queens. I said, oh, people live there? I was like, I only go to Queens for the airport. For the airport.
Steph is like, I beg your pardon.
I literally only went to Queens for the airport.
No, I always
and maybe in the earlier phase, I'm like, oh, there's strip clubs there too. Cool, let me go there. But back then, I would go either to Mount Vernon or Sin City was in the Bronx, bitch. I lived in the Bronx, bitch. I'm staying in the Bronx.
I always loved Queens, but I never thought and it's crazy because I'm looking at places to live in Queens, but I never thought about living in Queens. I was like, I'll never be able to figure this out. I will never be able to navigate. It's not, and I have a great sense of direction, but it's like, there's a difference between being able to use your compass on the front of a cruise ship and and try to navigate through Hunger Games. It's not the same.
Not Hunger Games.
That's Hunger Games out here.
Speaking of Hunger Games, and
oh my
has
God,
nothing to do with Hunger Games.
I'm so nervous. Oh my God, I had to brace myself. You know what's crazy? I felt like I needed to.
You know what's crazy? You know, how when you write, and look at me going back to the FCAT and 5-paragraph essays, how you just have to have these introduction transitions. This is a transition that has nothing to do with nothing, but I'm just hold
the button down. Hold on.
But speaking of is just new paragraph. I want to.
Speaking of is double space.
Indention. I wanted to talk about because, again, I don't know if you guys had the time to watch even the Britney doc, but a lot had to bring up to me with what's been going on with Chloe Bailey. Mm-hmm. And I think I came on last week or the week before talking about even how I've been receiving attention for my body, a lot, negatively as well. But
you was going to segue this for Hunger Games?
Yeah, I was thinking because these niggas be No, that's why I just said, you know what this reminds me of? That's why it really wasn't speaking of, maybe I shouldn't have said Hunger Games.
Hunger Games was not.
Actually, social media is Hunger Games, my nigga. If we really want to be fair.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Ever in your favor. And unfortunately, they haven't been in Chloe Bailey's favor at all, which sucks. I feel like it's not in women's favor because there's been women and men attacking her. So she came on earlier this week crying and said someone said the way y'all disrespected Chloe Bailey enough to have her address her being herself on live is sad, and she's crying. I'm so glad she's secure with herself and only doing it for herself and not anyone else's approval. And I wanted to talk about that because for whatever reason, when women dress up for the club, when we decide to put makeup on, when we get our hair done, when we get our nails done, for whatever reason, the narrative is that we are doing so for the attention of men and for men to like the appearance that we have. And she's 22 years old, so she is a grown woman. Yes. Because if y'all gonna sit here and I ain't gonna say what rapper get away with dating India Love when she was, she's 22 years old. She's doing the silhouette challenge that everyone was doing, looking amazing. And she pretty much just came out and said that she's doing it for herself. And I'll be honest with y'all. I felt her because we were talking about lingerie earlier Bridget, Liv, as far as, when we decide to put it on for our partners. But a part of me going through my weight loss surgery and losing 80 pounds and feeling comfortable about myself, even amidst the pandemic and being in the house, I said that is what lingerie should be for. Is for a woman to dress up and feel good about herself. And so Chloe said, I make these videos because I feel good in my body. I feel comfortable with who I am. I'm excited to be who I am. And the fact that we can't embrace who we are without it seeming like we're trying to get the attention or validation of other people is unfortunate. And I brought up only Britney Spears because that's what happened with a lot of Britney Spears. Liv, I see the face. Do you feel like a woman can't just be happy with herself?
You can't be like, I don't want people saying negative things if you also post these things and take the praise. You can't be just mad at the negative if you cool with taking the praises. And if you're not about getting attention from other people and you're just doing this because you love your body, you could take all the videos you want and never post them. But you can't be mad at the negative coming in. She's gorgeous. You can't be mad at the negative coming in if you take all the praises. You can't say you're just doing this because you love your body and you don't care what other people think if you take all the praises.
Is that fair to say in this era though, where social media is just social? Like
this is the only era.
Yes.
This is the only era where this has to be applied. Okay. And there's two things. I firstly want to say, stop telling Black women what to do with their bodies. Number one, full stop.
That part.
All
women, period. Can you just say women, period?
Women, period. But I want to specifically say Black women because we witnessed this type of hate and this type of nastiness when Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion put their video out. We witnessed it again when Cardi and City Girls did a remix together, and we watched a video of a bunch of beautiful Black women in all of their aerobic excellence.
You know who I compare this to?
We witness
Lizzo.
this all the time.
Lizzo is comfortable in her body and does the same and also
But Lizzo also does it because she knows that it antagonizes people. Lizzo likes to piss people off.
Okay.
So she's confident, yes, but she knows that she's going to get that response, and that's one of the reasons she
was
posts
ready for this response.
No, what I think is happening here is Chloe is finally reaching a level of comfort and confidence in her young womanhood, and rightfully so. And she is enjoying the attention because she should. She should enjoy the attention. I thought it was unfair that she posted a video, went on live and cried, because at the end of the day, in as a human, she doesn't owe us any explanation, right? She don't owe us anything as a human being. She doesn't have to explain why she posts what she posts on her page.
She don't.
And so for me, this was kind of like, this is taking on a stance of, I'm just really happy with myself and with my body. This is a very different energy than all of the profile and ass pictures that are on her page now.
But do you I want to say that's unfair, because I think I've talked to you even about this. I mean, if you're going to say as a human, she doesn't have to respond to anyone.
Right. She shouldn't.
However,
she shouldn't say anything.
Beyonce don't respond.
Yeah.
Why Beyonce ain't tell her, look,
the
peasants don't pay attention to peasants.
But there's a lot
Put
of
it on
people,
a record.
There's a lot of people though, like as
people.
You're gonna
like
respond.
You say fuck them kids, fuck them people.
Fuck them people.
I know.
And she's in a position.
Look, y'all talking to me right now too.
Yeah.
I know y'all talking to Chloe
for real.
But like I've been someone like, and I told Liv, I said I don't read certain comments.
But it's also
it's hard not to respond.
But she's in a different place because she's already gotten recognition and attention and notoriety for her talent and for the integrity of her art. Right. So she's already known for something completely different and more substantial than her body shape.
But her body shape is sexualized because of society. Why can't she embrace?
No, her body.
She's talented,
stop.
but why can't she embrace her body?
No. She can embrace her body.
She can't embrace
No
it?
one is saying she can't embrace her body. She's embracing her body and her sexuality. She had posted a video in a t-shirt and panties lighting incense.
T-shirt and
you know what I'm saying? The silhouette challenge is incredible because it's a challenge. It's an opportunity to be creative. Cool.
And she can actually dance.
And she can actually dance.
Shit.
So she's giving you this confidence, this beautiful, sexy sensuality, which is by all means cause for celebration if you're her and if you're any other woman who celebrates the confidence, the body confidence of a woman. It's not about that. If you scroll past the other things, the majority of her pictures now are about her side profile. They're about her shape. She's sexualizing herself. We're not over-sexualizing her. We're not. She's taking pictures from behind. That's got nothing to do with anything else.
You know what you're doing. Sis.
She's grown.
You know what's weird. You know what's
she don't
weird
need to
though.
explain nothing. Just be who you are.
Just do you.
And
be who you are.
But you know what's crazy about that to me, and this is like, this is because I've had this conversation, and I feel like it's unfair as women to say she's sexualizing herself. Where as women, like we can be in a bikini at the beach. And that's sexualizing ourselves. We can have a crop top. We may like the crop top.
It's about how
like
you posed and said bikini.
It's the pose. It's the caption. It's
can I see what the caption is on maybe what is this caption?
It's more so the
T-shirt and my pants.
Hope everyone's having a blessed day.
Ass.
Okay, the emphasis is on her ass, bro, and that's fine.
Okay, yeah, click on that one. Hold on, the next caption, because I feel like, bro, I can pose a certain way.
No, this is silly, but
stripes like Burberry,
fam.
Which that's from Future. Which
she's a stunning woman. My bottom line is, you don't have to validate or cry about anything at all.
Fuck these people.
Fuck these people, bro. This is who you are. This is where you are in your life. You have every right
Beware
to do
of
and
the
be
tiger
that.
stripes. What else can she be talking about?
You know what I
one?
always say.
Right.
Tiger stripes and cellulite.
You know what you're doing, sis, but just if you're gonna be upset, just keep it in private and be like, yo, fuck these people.
Yeah.
Because the negative comes with whether you're Beyonce,
Yeah.
whether if anybody, like, it don't matter. And that's why I'm like, okay, I wish, well, clearly maybe they didn't have a conversation with her, because I feel like Beyonce would have told her, don't even post anything or try to defend yourself.
No, shine on, baby girl. The other thing is too that I want us to make to be distinct about is the fact that people that were upset about it weren't saying she looked bad. They were saying that they didn't think it was appropriate, which is not the same thing. Because in a situation like Lizzo was getting fat shamed daily. That's a very different, that's a different level of attack on social media than somebody just saying, this is inappropriate. You're a role model for young girls. That's not the same thing. You know what I'm saying? The intention is not to make her feel bad about herself. With a Lizzo, I think people have literally gone on her comments to try to make her feel bad about herself.
Oh, not if she cried, and the attacks that I've seen on tweets, they have went about to say things about her that I think were in hindsight to cause harm. And that's the thing. Like, yeah, you get your unsolicited comments and opinions from people, but there were people that were literally attacking this 22-year-old woman as, again, because of her posing in the way she's posing. I don't know. For me, I just feel like, again, and I don't align with feminism or womanism or any of that, but almost a part of, kind of what I'm hearing is even too, like, just because we wear lace panties or we wear a provocative outfit doesn't mean we deserve to get the unwarranted attention or catcalls or be raped or all these things that associate with the attention that we bring about ourselves because of the things we have on or the poses we do. She can just embrace and be completely comfortable and confident with who she is without like all of these attacks on now her sexuality.
But you have to also understand we are in a world where people are fucked up. People are crazy. True. People are just messed up in the head in terms of like whatever.
This. You're right.
Hurt people. Like you have to understand, especially and first and foremost, you are famous.
Correct.
That's just a given.
There are millions of people
you are famous
that see this.
Right.
That interacts with this. She's not posting this and limiting the comments.
It's gonna come regardless whether you have on a frock,
correct,
or a potato sack. Cause somebody be like, "Why are you always wearing a fucking potato sack? You're 22 years old. You can't show a little skin." Somebody's always gonna have something,
which they do. Right. You're right.
So you just gotta thicken that skin up and just ignore the bullshit. Cause nigga, Beyonce chose me.
Right, Beyonce chose
Right,
you,
that's
baby.
literally all she
Chose.
could say.
Love me in my
But
ungodly
Beyonce's my
hour.
friend. Is she yours?
The fuck?
Right. Well, Beyonce liked my picture, so if y'all don't, okay. Like, dead ass. But
Ivy, park your ass to the side because you ain't doing shit. I'm making money.
At all.
In these bags.
But I'm curious. I'm curious, Mandy, for somebody who is so
Sexual?
so much of an advocate
so that
for well, no, but so much of an advocate for body confidence. Why is feminism not a thing for you?
I mean, my problem with feminism is the divide amongst women. So much so. So in the realm of speaking of feminism, women have been attacked as women. But when you get into feminism, it draws a lot of those lines. You have the Latina women that feel like they don't have the same experience as white women and black women and all these. And the same with there's just all of these lines within feminism that also I think in this era don't really relate as much to me because, again, as feminists, a lot of them do contradict themselves as far as they still want a lot of the gender roles realistically, but also want to cry independence and shout for the rights and all that, but still also want to be taken care of or maintained or all of the things that we had to rely on as a means of survival back in the day that we no longer have to do. So I just think that there's a huge contradiction within feminism, but also I personally, as someone who, just believes in women as being women, I personally don't like the divide in feminism with all of the different races and colors and shades that deal with feminism specifically. Because I think that it should be something to where as women, it's like we've all had to deal with this as women. It doesn't matter if you fucking were raised in China or Africa or the US or Europe.
We're all very culturally different. So a woman from China will look at you and be like, you are wild as fuck, and I could never defend you as a feminist for where I'm coming from.
And that's why I have the problem, because I feel like it's still almost like just this umbrella term that's used for empowerment, in which you still may not get empowered by another woman or someone from another person. It's still just very to me culturally divided. Yeah, so but it's just like it's just a loose term.
Yeah, but that's on the responsibility of the individual or the small group. It's tough to generalize in that way because you also have to consider it. You have to consider generationally the difference too, right? Like my mother's generation and era of feminists was the Gloria Steinems, the burn your bras,
right.
You know what I'm saying? The
not the burn your bras.
Burn your bras. That was their era. They were burning their bras.
That's why I ain't got one on today.
They were advocating for equal rights, equal pay. It had less to do with the cultural differences, but obviously throughout the generations, the word equality has had to have been broken down within cultures, because what equality looks like for white women is not the same thing as equality for black women.
Absolutely.
Because black women haven't been receiving the same level of equality of what white women determine is equality, right?
Right.
So I think the idea currently, present day, of feminism is to protect all women at all costs. And so I think it still includes, if you want to say black women matter. Yes, they do. Feminists, genuine feminists, are not going to argue and say, well, all women matter. No, you're right. Black women matter. Asian women matter. Latin women matter. White women matter. It's like all the women matter. Like we had this conversation as it pertained to Melania Trump, right? And how there was, when people were talking shit about her, there was like her Playboy images, like her nude images leaked. And it was like, well, this is why, this is your first lady and blah, blah, blah. It was people that attacked Cardi B about WAP. And I remember other women coming to the defense and being like, you could say you don't like her, but you don't have to spread her nude pictures on the internet. Like, I may not like a woman, but I think her sexuality should be protected. I may not agree with the woman's sexuality, but I believe that she should love who she wants to love. It's not my fucking business.
Right.
I think the foundation of feminism is really centered around the protection and upholding of a certain standard as it pertains to the protection and the overall advocacy of women as a whole.
And that's, I guess, the problem that I have. Like, people who I know identify as feminists have still such those barriers to where I feel like, no, you're a feminist, but you really don't fuck with women. You a feminist, but you really don't care about all women. You're a feminist, but only these women care to you, not these women. And
Right.
so to me, when you have that title, where as women, we all go through things that, again, and I'll probably talk about this next week just because it's not in our outline. But like, I've been having so many different conversations with women recently, and it's just unfortunate, like, the treatment that we not only get by society, but by other women, by men, by doctors, by the government, by fucking everybody. So if you're calling yourself a feminist, the fact that you're still drawing these lines and barriers and oppression to just women because they're from a different culture or subset or color is just draining to me. So that's why I just feel like there's a lot of contradiction in that word feminism, which is why I just won't want to relate to it.
It's perpetuated a lot nowadays with social media and cancel culture and all that. There is a way to be a feminist without demonizing men. There is a way to defend the essence of women and protect women and advocate for women without feeling like you gotta shit on men and men ain't shit and you gotta hate men and you gotta break men down. And it's not the same thing, right? We were talking earlier about the dynamic between men and women in the workplace, right? And how a lot of men try to take the same level of expectations, the same format that they deal with and approach with women that they would in a romantic place, and then try to apply that to a work relationship. And that doesn't work, because in a romantic partnership or even in a friendship, there's a sense of vulnerability that needs to exist in order for that partnership to thrive, right?
Right.
Which also means that the expectation of is going to be that the woman is going to be emotional about certain things.
But also the fact that that word emotion has such a negative connotation as it pertains to women.
Right.
Yet men are very emotional creatures as well. And as women, we have to deal with their emotions and being, but it's not only their feelings, it's their ego, it's their pride. We have a lot.
It's always more of the ego than the actual feelings, which is the problem, right? So the idea of feminism, the idea of defending feminism is really to hone in on the breakdown of the male ego in order for women to reach an equal playing field with men, which doesn't mean that men's feelings are discounted. It doesn't mean that men's experience are discounted. It just means that we're trying to tip the scale a little bit so that we can be viewed, respected, and handled equally. Because when a man is aggressive in a work environment, in a workspace, he's a boss.
And he's passionate.
Right. And he's passionate.
Right.
When a woman is aggressive, she's a bitch. She's
irrational. She's a bitch.
She's a
nasty.
diva. If she responds to something that's not at the standard of professionalism that she's expecting based on her output and divine right to expect, she's accused of being too much, of being a headache and being dramatic. And those things get mixed and get lost in translation all the time. So I agree with you. I think feminism has taken on a lot of different meanings, but I think overall what its foundation was supposed to represent was supposed to be the advocacy of equality, not just amongst other women, but also as it's pit up against the existence where men are. It's also just, I feel like there's like this divide with, as women, how we respond, how we are, and what we say because we're women. And I'll be honest with you, I done went to the bathroom, had a little bathroom break, wiped pink, and was like, yes. And then I was like, oh, this is why I was so emotional earlier. Was it PMS? Was it that? And I came in and immediately like apologized and was like, live, girl, that time of the month. Like, okay.
But then also men, how they receive us, and we take it to heart if we're passionate or we're upset or we're emotional, the last thing we want a man to say is, oh, it must be that time of the month. Oh, you PMSing, huh? And it's almost as though
I don't take offense to that.
And see, I do, because I don't want you to weaponize me being a woman, because if I come to you and just want to hold you accountable, or I just want to tell you how I feel about something, it's not me being emotional or irrational because of a hormonal imbalance. It's because I'm coming at you with how I feel. And so this idea that we only feel a certain way because of the anatomy that we have, science, but the way that men throw that in our face.
So proud of you.
But the way that that's thrown in our face as we're only acting or responding this way because, oh, it must be that time of the month, it's also almost a deflection and almost disrespect towards us as women, as if we can't just come at you with, like you said, if we're in a workspace, I'm passionate, I want to say this is how I feel.
Right.
From this space, not from this emotional or rational space that a lot of men think that we apparently can't, we can't perform out of a real space without being emotional. And it's just like,
But the tricky part about that is that men feel that their manhood is under attack when a woman is a feminist, and 9 times out of 10 it's not even really your manhood, it's just really the dismantling of your very sensitive, fragile ego that has very little to do with the redeeming and beautiful qualities of men that have nothing to do with...
Because I love me a big old mushroom head, baby. Shout out to the mushroom head holders. All right, I'm sorry. Oh, and also they're nice. I like Adam's apples too. No.
I don't know what to say now.
But shout out to men.
Of all the things that
I do like Adam's apples.
Of all the things that could have fallen under the redeeming category.
As we made strides here. We were making strides. Like, that's not demonizing men. Yes. And our voices matter and our opinions matter. Whether, emotional or non-emotional, coming from logic, whether you feel or not. Yes. Progress. Yes. Mushroom head. She gave a shout out to the mushroom heads.
Shout them out. Hey, shout out, Queen. Well, speaking of
mushroom heads.
not mushroom heads. I was
actually Super Mario Brothers.
Facts.
Yeah.
Hey, I was getting them mushrooms. Get them mushroom heads, baby.
All right.
I'm actually segueing from our conversation regarding, again,
male ego.
Not only male ego, but that it's so crazy because there's centuries and centuries and centuries of men and women having to communicate, and somehow we still have not fucking mastered it. And we saw that in something that was supposed to, I think, be entertaining in Malcolm and Marie. The fact too, again,
was the movie.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think we watch things wanting to be entertained, and what's crazy is I loved this. I'm actually gonna rewatch it with my partner. So Malcolm and Marie, for those of you who live under a rock, dropped on Netflix. It's from Sam Levinson, who is also the director of Euphoria. He has worked with Zendaya before. Zendaya. Sorry, I don't want to.
Zendaya.
Everyone says it differently. So Zendaya. We're gonna go with Zendaya. Zendaya joined it with, I'm going to give respect to him, John David Washington, who is also Denzel's son, but I ain't going to just call him Denzel's son. But so they dropped a film on Netflix this week, and that's kind of what all of the conversation has been about. I do want to also preface this because I've seen a lot of conversations where they went ahead and dropped their thoughts on this film, and literally in the same breath of saying, this is how I felt about this film, they let people know that they didn't even finish it. And I just don't understand why so many people feel the need to drop their opinions before they have a full scope of any motherfucking thing. So I will say my response to this was, it was exhausting. It was so exhausting in a way that I feel like it was exhausting because it was a mirror. It was a mirror to business relationships, to friendships, to Liv. We just talked about how the word friend is so like overly used. So it's also even a conversation to just how you communicate with anyone. And I feel like, again, it was so beautiful to me because I felt like as I watched the film, I thought about my own business relationships, past relationships, friends who reached out to me and told me their relationships were toxic, but this is, I know how they communicate. Or I went on a trip to the Bahamas with my best friend. She brought her man at the time, and I was exhausted. But this is what the communication was. And so I will say, before I want to know y'all's thoughts on it, because I definitely want to know, because y'all know we can't talk about shit. We'll bring something up in the group chat and
Screaming.
say, save it for the pod.
Alex, You are in my brain.
You see it? See? So I already see what he's doing. I want to leave off by saying
Alex is in my head.
I made that for Bay last night.
Look, not the craft.
deluxe.
Wait, not the craft.
Oh, the deluxe. He loves the deluxe.
The blue box blues.
Really?
Yeah. We got
Really?
home. We got home late, and he was really hungry. I'm intermittent fasting, so
This is on some
I can't eat
hamburger
past
helper
8
type
o'clock.
shit to me. Like, why as an adult,
Yo, shout out to the. You need a little quick meal sometimes. It's not
Kraft
even
mac and cheese with the powdered cheese?
No, it wasn't powdered. It's not. The deluxe is not powdered.
But
Yeah,
this was
it's not.
powdered.
The deluxe is
you
not
talking
powdered.
about Velveeta, bro?
No, I'm talking about Kraft Deluxe.
Yeah, but the shit that she had, that was a powdered cheese.
Oh no, this deluxe is deluxe in cursive on the box.
So what does deluxe mean?
It's a creamy cheese.
We just talked about the ingredients. I want to see what that cheese is really made out of, baby.
I don't-
because that
I
shit
wasn't
live in a
eating it.
box.
It was
It
for
lives in a
him.
box.
Bruh.
The cheese
Either way.
is in the dairy refrigerated section.
right.
How you just having
Also-
cheese out of an aluminum bag out the box aisle?
I was seeing a lot of people try to attack Marie for making that. That was his favorite fucking meal.
It was.
So don't attack Marie for making
was.
that bum ass mac and cheese. That's what he wanted, and he fucked that shit up. Went back for seconds and everything. So y'all gotta relax. Do not ridicule Marie's character for that.
That nigga had ASMR in that scene too.
So
he was grubbing.
He was shoveling that. Either way.
like it was a Thanksgiving Day meal.
I thought the acting performances were superb. They were phenomenal.
Agreed.
I think this is the discomfort about this, right? I hate that the trailer advertises this is a story of love, because I felt like love was the one thing missing from this entire film.
It actually says this is not a love story. That's the trailer.
It just says it's a
the
story of love. Right.
But this is not a love story.
That's fine. There was no love in this film whatsoever.
Agreed.
None. Not
Agreed.
even love of self. There was no love at all in this film. To me.
But to you and to us. But unfortunately, this is what a lot of women view as
but that's
love.
not. I know, but that's why I'm saying that there were a couple things that I disliked.
Talk
Number
to me.
one, I'm sad that the most talked about, most highly anticipated Black film that we have all collectively as a family, as a culture, been excited about is this level of toxicity between two Black people. I would like to first point that out. That really bothered me, which is probably not that big a deal to some people, but in my mind, like to go from 5-6 years ago, us celebrating the beauty and the lovely essence that is the Obamas.
I thought you were saying Black Panther.
No, I'm talking about like us having the opportunity to
See Black
reinforce, but reinforce what Black love and Black families look like. And I don't want to say redefine, because I think from what I grew up with, which was the Cosbys, which was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was normal. Like love that's healthy and functional and supportive and encouraging was normal. The fact that this, for our generation of young Black people, is what's being painted as the normal picture is really upsetting to me. And I also think that neither of these characters was very likable. So when push came to shove about finishing, I finished it. My boyfriend and I watched the whole movie.
I know. Y'all sent
We
me
did.
a little video.
There were so many things that I was
said,
just
"Watch
like,
it."
ugh. But here's the thing: we toasted to not being toxic anymore. Like, and we've never been toxic with each other, but in past relationships and past lives, we both admitted to each other and shared with each other stories and moments where we were probably not the best versions of ourselves. And so I think this is incredibly relatable, but I also don't think that that's great. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to be the precedent. I don't want that to be the standard. The fact that something is relatable, that it should be celebrated. I don't want that to be how we approach things, because this was painful to watch. If you've ever been a woman and you've been in a situation with a man who is determined to hurt you in an argument, it's more important for him to win by breaking you, by snapping you like a twig, which is literally what he says he could do to her if he wanted to.
Spoiler alert.
Like, that to me is not something I can celebrate. And her, telling him he's mediocre and his experience doesn't matter, his perspective and viewpoint doesn't matter as a man.
Why are y'all with each other?
Right, and that's why I said there was no love in this whole film.
Yeah, what was your take on Olivia?
couldn't get it. I couldn't get with it.
We hopped in the group chat. Y'all know we got the group chat, and I was like Malcolm and Marie, and I told Bridget to watch it, and she said, eh. Her response was EH. What was your thought on it?
Well, first and foremost, I have to shout out my friend Jason Rembert. He custom designs Zendaya's
That dress, that shit was nice, baby. Couldn't do it with my titties.
Gorgeous.
Because these things ain't
a
lifted,
great
but
thing.
shout out. It was beautiful.
Here. It's a beautiful dress.
With
it was
the
great
slit.
to
It was
see
beautiful.
my friend, I met Jason at Hofstra University. We were both a part of a fashion show. He was showing his designs at the
I knew you was into
show.
fashion too, y'all.
So,
she sings. She's a DJ. She dances.
I like
she
creative art.
She's fashion forward.
She's a cultural icon.
What don't you do, Liv?
Beautiful
I don't
chocolate
do
and rare.
construction, and I would like to get into that because there is money in that. But
Shout out to him.
I just want to shout out Jason Rembert. I'm just so proud of my friend for just coming this far and having his design just have 1/3 of the movie just showcase like the 1/3 of the movie was his runway. I am just so proud that he was allowed that moment. Shout out to Laura Roach for allowing that. But getting into the movie itself, I was triggered.
Yeah.
Were you?
I was triggered.
From personal experience or just?
From personal experience. I mean, for me, the way I handle, confrontation, debate, and stuff like that, like, I wouldn't sit that long in it. There's no way that I would have spent an hour and 45 minutes to 2 hours arguing with someone like that. So for me to watch a couple do that as a movie that was beautifully shot, but just to see that, I there's no way that I would be like, okay, this is realistic to me.
They didn't have sex not one time.
They didn't have sex on one.
That is a problem too.
I'm gonna say Marie set that one up.
Yeah, but
she set that one up.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
yes.
She set that one up, and I think this is why the mac and cheese played such a poignant role in the beginning of the movie. The close-up shot with the title card of the bowl and mac and cheese, us actually seeing her put it in the calendar and all this other. We're seeing so many close-ups of its mac and cheese, and I was like, why is so much focus on its goddamn mac and cheese? You know the sound mac and cheese makes?
Oh, I didn't even think of that, sis.
if you close your eyes the way you would while you're waiting for a facial.
If you close your
Unless
eyes.
you drunk and ain't had enough water intake, that thing don't be wet like that, baby.
If you know
I'm
the
just saying,
sound,
whiskey clit is a thing.
if you know the sound of mac and cheese,
That's some good
you
vibes.
know
There we
that
go.
Marie was being very, very petty in that moment where she made it clear that the thing that you know that makes that sound that mac and cheese makes, you ain't getting that tonight.
You was gonna get up in that wet.
You
Some
not getting that
ASMR for
shit
that
tonight.
ass.
So you better scarf this shit down
You know
like
what's
it's your
crazy? I
last
did not
meal,
look at it like that,
you
Liv.
ain't eating this. A lot of man not get no pum pum tonight. And that's what happened to Malcolm. He didn't get no pussy. And I think she held that pussy card up high in the beginning because she knew had she broke that, he would have won. So she kept holding out on that. That's why we didn't get a sex scene in this movie.
Can I bring up something about that, though, Liv?
Only reason I don't agree with that is because it was about to go down, and then his stupid ass Malcolm was like, "I gotta pee. I'll be right back."
Here she goes.
She almost broke.
She almost
broke.
Had he just
She almost
held on for a little bit,
Held on.
all
Bitch,
he had
I
to do,
done stopped midway in having sex. Bitch, I gotta piss.
all he would have had to do was
You
really
can't- you
was
can't
eat
hold
the
on,
was
bro.
eat the box. He could have just eaten the box.
He could have done that.
And that would have been a sufficient apology depending on his skill level. But I also think it might have been. That's a great apology. Listen, Taraji took it from Jodie in Baby Boy.
She sure did.
That was an apology while she was envisioning this idea that he was going to die and get shot. Anyway,
go ahead, because
No,
I have so many different points to bring up too. So
I think the sex would have been them having sex and then continuing the fight after that, to me, would have been way more realistic because she stumbles on that overthought again while he's in the bathroom, which is usually what happens after you have sex, right? Like if you have sex and you in the middle of a fight and you think that that's going to be the resolution, right? That's going to be the makeup moment. Like, all right, cool, we made up. We ain't got to fight no more. Nah, usually if the fight is real and you have sex, even if it's violent and it's passionate, you still like at some point turn over like, so when you said
but see
that you didn't fuck with me, it was like,
so when I saw you and again, I know y'all were like, why aren't they just fucking already and going to sleep like it's late? And I think that when I viewed this, that was my thing. A lot of us would look at this scene and be like, can y'all just fuck, go to sleep, and wake up tomorrow like nothing happened? And
I didn't expect to wake up like nothing happened. But I expected sex and then a fight.
But I will say a lot of people in relationships, they just feel like, okay, if we can go about doing something normally, that means it's swept under the rug. But what's happened is a lot of people do not fully knock everything out that they need to, because they're like, oh my God, I hate confrontation. I want to run. Let's fuck. That means if we fuck, we're back going. If we have an argument and we do the podcast, we did a podcast, we're good. But no, there may be underlying things that still were not resolved, but because we did the podcast and we talking and we cool. No, and I think that
not when you're this toxic.
But what I'm saying is you never know, because I'm still learning both of you guys. There may be things that I say or do that hurts y'all, that just because we do this podcast doesn't mean that we're good. I've had people tell me, well, you walked in the room and said hi, so I thought y'all was good. Nigga, I'm civil. There's a difference. It don't, just because I walk in.
I'm being cordial.
No, I'm being cordial. And that's the thing too. Like when I had my fucking job, and y'all may hate me, I bring up corporate a lot, but this is how I internalize a lot of things. There were coworkers that I fucking hated. If I walk into fucking work on a Monday and be like, how was y'all's weekend? I really don't give a fuck. But I'm here at work. I have to work with you.
Right. I have to ask.
We are going to be in a civil place. I wanted to bring the conversation to y'all. Men, this is where y'all may be triggered, because we gonna bring the motherfucking triggering to you. This man not only grew up with both parents, had education and everything, and in the very scene in which he had to bring Marie down to her lowest, he kind of shared that he almost prays and is always with broken women.
Yep.
And I wanted to have that conversation with y'all, because if we're talking about the pride and ego of a man, we've talked about how maybe men are intimidated by independent or boss women of this magnitude. Mm-hmm. And at the very point where she's bringing up her emotions and why she feels the way she feels, he decided to attack her and bring up why she's broken, how he was there. And then when she was in the tub scene, he brings up all of the other broken women he was with. Like, bitch, you ain't the first broken woman I done been with.
Right.
And it's just, that brought me to a point where it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
You have both parents. You grew up with a silver spoon. You got an education, and yet you still almost prey on women because you still want them almost beneath you, in a sense to where I have to be dependent on you, which is why she came home and made that mac and cheese. She's a trophy wife right here. Yeah. She looks great, which is why he also didn't feel the need to thank her.
They get in the house, he turns on the music and talks about how beautiful she looked that night.
Yep.
And then said, you're beautiful. I don't want to listen to you right now.
The scene, he set the scene, he set the tone of it from the beginning. And him talking about kind of downplaying the fact that she thinks that the character is based off of her that he created. He's like, no, there's plenty of other broken women that I've dated. It's not essentially a situation where he is intimidated by, I didn't take it as he's intimidated by strong women. I took it as he gets, those are his muses. Because he's coming from a two-parent household, because he's come from a very non-toxic situation for the most part.
Safe and provided for.
There's no real story to tell of his own.
Or tragedy.
So he's able to tell these tragedies through the people that he dates, and he gets his jollies, and he gets his inspiration from them. So he's okay with dating with broken women, and he feels the need to be their hero, because he's like, okay, not only have I provided you a safe space with somebody that's coming from a great background, but also I'm providing you this platform that you've always wanted, Marie. You always wanted to be a star. So here it is, your story put up. Isn't that enough for you? So it's a control thing.
Can I also say, and this is, again, me just being open, A little vulnerable here. I'm realizing it now because I'm in a space where I can't provide for myself. But a lot of men that I dealt with in the past, and a lot of women, when you deal with men with money or power, that abuse is there almost invisibly as a wall, because as men, they love to know that they're your hero. Yeah. They love to be your provider. They love to be like, you couldn't have done this without me. Mm-hmm. And a lot of men have this ego that, unfortunately, as women, when we're dependent on them for either our livelihood or to pay our bills, or in that case, we take on this abuse. We take on this emotional roller coaster. But as men, they don't see that they're the predators. They don't see that you are literally, you need me to be.
I think they do.
You think they do?
I think oftentimes they do. And I think the women in these situations, well, I don't want to speak on the women. I will, but I will say, I will speak.
Girl, we the women. We got to speak for the women.
Yeah, but I think women have, and I've only dealt with and dated, a small number of men with the type of money you're talking about. And
I done slept with a whole lot of them.
In that span of time, what I realized was it is definitely used as a tool for compensation,
Agreed.
if nothing else, for the lack of respect or the lack of necessity to connect. Right? I always found that men with a lot of money find it a lot easier to attach and a lot more difficult to connect. And I make the distinction because
attach and connect,
they're not the same.
Talk to me. What is the difference between attaching and connecting? Because are they not synonyms?
I'll use they are synonyms, but I'll use a great example.
Okay.
If you have to buy an iPhone charger, you have the USB cord and you have the cube.
Okay.
In order for them to actually work, they have to be connected. They have to be connected. In order for them to function properly, they have to be connected. However, you can have a charger that's not connected, that's with just the cord that's attached to the thing, and it won't work. It'll never work because it's just an attachment. So something within that attachment all it takes is one thing to completely malfunction for it to not work. Mm-hmm. Right?
I know that well in the DJ world.
And the whole thing, and you have to throw the whole thing away. One wire.
The whole shit.
Doesn't
the party
work.
Fucked up. Shit gets on my fucking nerves.
You're relying on an attachment, not the power of the connectivity. Because you
be coming with these big words.
Sorry, this is a really deep comparison, right?
Connectivity. Ooh.
Because when you think about, if you wanted to,
this could be sponsored by AT&T.
This could be sponsored by Apple.
Your ad could be placed here.
Okay. Because think about it. If your USB breaks, USB cord breaks, you can buy a new USB cord to connect it to the plug. If your your little cube breaks, you can buy a new cube to connect to your cord, and you can find another way for that to work that way. It's a transference of energy versus a complete dependence on one source of power to power both pieces.
Girl, the way your brain works, it is so good, girl. Oh my God. I would have never thought this.
So so it's basically like imagine like people that get married just for the sake of getting married, right? Just to say that they're not alone.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But it's just like people will stay in relationships with partners that they allow to become strangers over time, and they're not even connected to them anymore, but they're still attached. They're still married. They're still, you know what I'm saying? This was a perfect example, watching this movie, of two people that are completely attached, but they're not connected at all. There's nothing that connects them. Nothing,
I think that's why it was exhausting, because a lot of us have those relationships. It was a mirror to the fact that this is not good. They shouldn't be together. And as we watch it, as we see the arguments, as we see all of the internalized issues, it's us. A lot of us have that.
Yeah, but that's also why I thought it sucked. Because if we were to look at ourselves and see that as a reflection, we wouldn't do that. The goal in a relationship is to see yourself in another person, but you want to like what you see.
Right.
You want to love what you see. If that's the exchange between you and your person, you don't like that shit at all. You hate that shit. In fact, that shit hurts you more than anything else. So that's why I say, to me, as accurate a depiction that might be for the most toxic of toxic, it's still to me not a healthy display in any capacity of what the transformation from toxic to healing looks like. I want to see more stories of healing. We have enough toxic in real life.
I mean, I think at the same time, clickbait is this type of shit. Like we like.
And it's not to take away from the talent.
Hey,
but
Danny Lay single, bitch.
Oh, shit.
Sorry.
Wait, before you say
no. I didn't want to leave this because I did also want to say too. I'm sorry, no single bitch.
It's such a big gap.
I know, but shout out to the baby being single. But no, I just want to say my thing with this film too is that her issue stemmed from not receiving a thank you. As we progressed through the film, it was the fact that she felt like she wasn't casted. And I wanted to speak on this publicly because unfortunately, so many of us do not like conflict. So many of us do not like to live in the present. So when we have an issue with something, instead of bringing it forth presently because we want to, backtrack or get away from any type of drama or conflict, it begins a building block. Mm-hmm. And it begins a building block of, I don't trust this person. I don't ever want to talk to this person. I don't like how this person responds to me. I don't like that this person is this way. I don't like this. And
it builds resentment.
Mm-hmm. It builds that much, so much so to where that's what I saw in this. And I felt like, unfortunately, that is how a lot of relationships have went downward in my past even, and friends' past, where you're telling me your issues, but you're not telling the person the issue. And so even his frustration in, this ain't even about you getting a thank you.
Yeah, but
it's about the fact that I didn't cast you. And real quick, because I do want to get this out. So many of us think that this little tiny problem is something that doesn't need to be discussed. And therefore, it's not brought up until weeks or months or years later. And now as I'm coming at you with my problem, you're snapping at me about a buildup of things that I have no idea existed because you did not bring them to me.
Right.
And so in a conversation like this, it became a, you hurt me, well, I'm gonna hurt you back. There was no resolution to what she was bringing to the table, because even if I said thank you, even if I said you were the best thing that happened to me in this moment, you're still not gonna be okay. Right. Because you have an issue that I didn't cast you. And I feel like, unfortunately, so many of us communicate this way. As I'm watching it, I'm yelling at him, I'm yelling at her, I'm seeing myself in both of them, I'm seeing relationships in both of them. Yeah. And it was just like, oh, this is exhausting, but also it goes to show the fact that I saw people like, why can't they just fucking get it over with? Well, that's not gonna resolve it. Well, also the fact that people still think that she didn't get a thank you was the issue. No. She felt a way that she wasn't supported, that she wasn't casted. Why didn't you choose me? There were all of these underlying issues, and we see that in relationships, in friendships, and workships. It happens.
I just don't want people to internalize this as,
nah, bro, it's a mirror. Internalize that shit, bitch.
No,
it's
go
not.
to therapy.
I am not internalizing it.
Well, no, they're not internalizing.
Not
but reflect. Wait,
because
reflection is better.
Reflection is good.
These words, I don't know.
But reflection is good.
I'm trying to get some synonyms up in here.
Reflection.
So reflection and internalizing, that ain't the same.
Reflection is the word.
Bitch, I ain't a thesaurus. I'm not an atlas. I don't know what's going on.
Another reason this was also a really a bad example is because as much as we want to look at, these two that want to hurt each other, we're also dealing with two people that have no real awareness of who they are. Right. She doesn't know who she is. He doesn't know who he is. She doesn't even know why she's upset. And most of the time, it doesn't matter whether it's women or men, right? If you don't know who you are and you don't know what your issue is, you can't communicate it. Because you don't know what it is. So you're just responding. You're just reactive. You're reactionary to everything.
And you don't know why you're upset.
And it's 9 times out of 10, it's not even about what you're talking about. There's nothing that he would have said in this entire film for an hour and 50 minutes that he's chasing her around the house with his shirt and tie still fully buttoned up.
I would love for John David
to chase you around the house.
Chase you around the
house.
Got it. Yelling about the woman from the New York Times.
Yeah, like, what?
I'll block him out, but just chase me, boo. Like,
but I do also want to talk about that
Valentine's Day soon, y'all.
There was a level.
Listen. Hold on one second.
Come on, baby. We got to live.
John
Come on,
David
infomercial.
Washington.
We need a song for this.
Wait, what'd you call him?
JD. Can I call you JD?
JDW, maybe?
No.
JDW sounds like insurance.
All right, never mind.
JG Wentworth.
All right, JD, go ahead and speak to him, girl.
JG, I am tickled pink. And,
Tickled lavender.
I'm feeling you. I like your swag. I liked you since Ballers, and I'm taking my shot.
Oh, live on air?
Yeah.
She said, fuck the DMs.
Holla at me.
This is feminism.
I ain't mad at you.
I mean, supportive. I am fully supportive of this feminist action.
Yeah, but fuck that, because I tried to get into the Pierre, the nigga from Bridgerton, and I know all the bitches in his DMs, but I was like, God damn it, I'm about to have to compete against
Sorry, what was his name?
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Yes, his name was my name too.
I said, what name is this?
Yeah, but he's so fun. And I was like, shit, let me get it in the first 2 days that Bridgerton dropped. Nah, bruh. Apparently, I waited too late. I know that DM.
Ma'am, you're in a whole relationship.
Yeah, but we cool. I can still be like, hey, you want to see me and my nigga fuck? Like,
So,
we are swingers, bro. He can still join us. What are you talking about?
That's their lives.
You
They
know
sign
what I
up.
mean?
They sign up.
I could be like,
They
hey,
be
bro.
swinging.
Hey, bro.
Out here just
I need you to watch.
swinging.
I need you to watch me suck my nigga dick. Then
Yeah.
maybe you could be from behind. But this could be
Anyway,
a conversation I had.
I would like us to segue.
Oh, come on, Segu.
I would like us to segue.
Please.
I would like us.
I think this is a good time.
I would like
more
to.
than any.
I would like to swing another way.
Not swing.
And
Shorty swinging my way.
yes, I was trying to swing another way that's not that way,
Good to
which
me.
is
Now would you please?
I would like us to segue into our freshly squeezed for the week.
We getting there?
Oh yeah.
You know what's crazy? There was a lot of music this week, but
I listened to
TV,
none of it.
But TV is so much better. TV is so much better.
It is this week. I'm not.
TV
gonna hold you.
is so much
TV
better.
was better, but I came up with. I found a really great song that I'm happy about.
Talk to me.
Oh yes.
Oh,
you did.
the one you played, it was good. It was good. We gonna let you.
We could talk about that one.
Because
That was a
I
good
really, first of all, Victoria motherfucking Monet. I feel like that needs to be her name. Victoria motherfucking Monet.
Please
You gotta say it that
understand,
fast.
she had 7 rings first.
Wait. Hold on. I missed the inside. I missed the joke.
Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowl
I know
rings.
Tom Brady has 7 rings, but how did
7 Rings is an Ariana Grande song that Victoria Monet wrote with Tommy Brown. So
Okay,
yes.
Oh, y'all are so musical.
Yes, Victoria motherfucking Monet.
Oh my God, I would have never knew.
Understand that Victoria Monet is
She the one.
she the one, honey.
one.
She can sing, she can write, she can dance, she fine as hell, and she's currently married, currently like incubating a little baby.
Yeah, I think we got like 1 more week to go. Hopefully
Yeah.
the baby
She's like
should
9
be
months.
here.
She's keeping us
the
abreast.
baby's gonna be here very, very soon.
Yeah. So my pick for the week is Victoria Monet, FUCK, and that is an acronym for Friends You Can Keep.
Ooh.
Love that.
Friends you could keep? Is this fuck friends you could keep? Or what type of friends can you
Any
keep?
kind of friend you
Friend
want.
can you keep?
Any kind of friend you
Nah, because you not friends if you fucking. But that's another conversation.
Produced by D-Mile, by the way.
The best.
Friend to the show, clearly.
At my crib tonight.
Come on Valentine's Day week. Y'all better go ahead and start playing this in the car.
Might not be the one, but I'm definitely the prototype. Talk your shit. Wanna be the friend you can keep.
This is triggering for me.
What?
Y'all remember them niggas I was fucking for 10 years? This is what this feels like. Like,
And that's
you're
why
keeping
I
me.
had
Yeah,
the-
like this is triggering. This is
That's why I
triggering to
had
me.
the
No?
sound effect, because that's a lot.
No, but even listening to this, like I'm the friend you can keep. So I'm here. I'm probably that woman that's here for you amidst all of your relationships, your marriages, your children,
call.
everything.
Girl,
And here
that's
I am.
trauma.
That is trauma.
That's
so
trauma.
I don't know if as a woman I want
I
to
wasn't
tell a
trying to
man.
play you. I was just that's
No.
trauma.
But it was. But also to hear these lyrics, I didn't. You played it in the in the room earlier, and I didn't think of anything. But as I'm reading these lyrics, I'm like,
sexy.
damn,
Sexy
I'm
as
the
hell.
friend. It's beautiful, but it's toxic because I'm the friend that's gonna be here through all of your shit, but still also probably not the person that makes
I'm
it
just
to
trying
be
to
more
jump
than
your bones.
friend.
We don't got to jump the broom.
See what
Might be across the room, but in a
No, I
private,
think I actually think that this is
Talk to me.
This is in favor of what you say all the time, which is actually very healthy about the fact that every relationship that you're in doesn't have to end in marriage and families and children.
Agreed. But the idea of also being, as a woman, I will say, and I'll be completely honest and transparent with this, at the same time as, say, I'm fucking someone for 10 years and it's never amounted in anything.
Did you want it to amount to anything?
In some relationships and in some relationships,
that pause was pregnant.
Right. No,
No, that's a saying.
Because vacuum is coming out, bitch. Pro-choice up in this building. I was like, girl, what?
Oh shit.
No,
It's a saying. It's a saying.
no, but to be fair, that's the thing. Like, you always want to believe as a woman that you're the friend, you're the ride or die, you're there, and I think that I've taken on probably more trauma being that person where maybe I wanted more from a man. But because he was just always there, I did feel somewhat in control in a space that I really had no control. Because here you go, as a man opening up to me, sharing with me all of your feelings, your emotions, all these relationships you're going through, and yet I'm always here.
Right.
But I'm always here in a capacity that it eats me up inside, that I'm never good enough to be the woman you claim. I'm never good enough to be the woman you give a ring to. I'm never good enough to be the woman you move in. And so even though I'm the friend that you keep around forever,
But was that ever communicated?
I'll be honest.
Because I
feel like as women though we do that. Unfortunately, a lot of us, even if a man comes in and says, "Girl, I don't want no relationship. I ain't trying to have no girlfriend right now." Guess what we do?
We just see potential.
We see potential and try to change their mind
In one ear, out the other.
dummies.
Right.
We do it like dummies. And so to be fair, yeah, I might enter something on some bet. This is just where we're at. But so many years or times of being intimate or seeing you go through ups and downs, yeah, I'm here for you as a friend, but I may want more. And so to see that you give more to women that I don't feel are deserving, yeah, it eats you up inside because a part of us, even if we don't vocalize it, of course, like,
yeah,
I may want to be that woman that you're not making me, but I feel like I'm that ride or die. And I think as women, we're almost like programmed to just, go along with the ride. And if we nag a nigga too much on what we want, now we might push him away.
Well, here's the thing, right? Every single man I've ever talked to about situations like this have always told me themselves, we're dumb. You have
Who's
to
dumb?
tell us as men.
Okay.
Men literally say that they're dumb. You have to tell us what you want. And we will either do it and show up and rise to the occasion, or we won't.
Simple.
It's that simple. So I think with women, oftentimes, like you said, similar to watching Marie in this fucking film, we didn't get to. And we still didn't even get to the root after the movie was over.
Right.
I thought they was gonna jump.
There was still.
I thought they were off the cliff.
Yeah, that would have been a great, better ending than what we got.
There were so many layers that took 2 hours and in film time all night to get to. When in fact, that should have been what you led with. I'm not making you no fucking mac and cheese. You didn't thank me. We've been together for X amount of years. You let your coworkers talk to me like I was some stupid ass model. You're not getting this pussy tonight, and you're not getting no fucking mac and cheese. Had we led with
How
that,
many times do we tell niggas I ain't never gonna fuck with you no more, and we fuck with them?
Right, but it's a two-part.
Right,
it's a two-part process. As women, we got to say that shit, and then we got to live it.
Yeah.
right.
That's it. There's nothing else to be
Say it
said.
like you mean it.
I do not repeat myself with men. I will repeat it. I will say the same thing to you twice. The first time, I'm gonna let you have it because you don't know me like that yet. The second time, I already let you know firmly enough the first time, and I know the strength of my tone. So I know there's no fucking way you misunderstood, misconstrued, or just missed the point altogether. So the second time is the last time. We play with me after that, it's a dub. You're a whole dub. There's nothing else to say. There's no conversation that needs to be had. I'm cool. I'm out. Thank you so much. Be on your way.
Liv, I know we talked about this, and again, like, even now, like, you're like, you dealt with a nigga for how long? And he, like,
Like situations like that are so common though, and you're
common.
absolutely right.
But I feel like you and I ironically, are a lot more alike, and Liv does speak for like so many different people. So I like.
Well, she speaks for the women that we wish we were at 25 to be like,
right,
I wish I had the wherewithal and again, we
were still learning to get flued out like some dummies, thinking it meant anything. But that's why I want to ask you, Liv.
Here's the thing with my situation. I've had those moments of being stupid and not really understanding, you know, my worth in certain situations, or staying in a situation a little bit too long.
Far too long.
Right. And with those learning lessons, it shook me up and woke me up like, yo, you got to be moving so much different. And, you know, just to go back to what I said last week about telling people not to have sex. Clearly, I don't mean that,
bitch,
guys.
they was bringing that up, bitch, on
like,
Twitter.
Damn, she don't be fucking.
Twitter
she don't want to fuck.
Liv said, don't have sex. And then they're like, all right, Liv, we not
y'all gonna
listening to you no
listen
more.
to me? Y'all really gonna? It was a joke.
No, we not. We not.
No, don't listen to me. But I say that because there's so many, you know, gray areas that happen because of sex. Like there's so many things that transpire. There's so many energy exchanges that happen because of sex. And I guess that's why I'm in this space and place in my life of, okay, I'm really working hard to learn who I am and learn, you know, how to be really, really super comfortable with myself and love on myself enough where I feel like, you know, a relationship is just an added bonus. So I'm holding my sex as my power. I'm withholding that. Like, I don't want you to feel like you can overtake me in any way, shape, or form by using sex, or you feel like sex is good enough to pacify her and keep her around for however long I want. I don't want you thinking that. I don't want you feeling like that. I don't want you to think that you can control me with your sex, sir. Or madam, based on your preference.
Speaking of...
Or they.
And you know what? I had a song, I'm just going to shout them out because I'm not going to play it. Again, our Freshly Squeezed brings up, of course, new songs, but you just brought up this word that makes me think of one of my favorite songs, and a lot of you may not have heard of it. It's from a woman named Melanie Martinez. Pacify Her. Are you familiar with this song?
I'm familiar with Melanie Martinez.
This song is...
I've seen that song.
It's so good.
Come up on my suggestion.
And I just want y'all to listen to this a little bit, because when you're talking about, as women, where we also use as sex as a power, I rethought about that. Because guess what? A lot of times when we think sex is the power, we're still only having sex when the man wants it.
Right.
So the power that we think is there is not, because we're still waiting on that phone call on the what you doing. No. Can you fly out? Are you available? This is Melanie Martinez, Pacify Her. And I'm going to add this because it's so good. And it's literally what you just talked about. And the video is amazing too. So bad.
With that dick.
You don't love her.
With that dick.
Stop lying with those words. You're pacifying her is what you're doing. You're literally stuffing her mouth with your dick is
with
what you're doing. Because guess what?
Mushroom
you want all of
top.
this. And this whole song is about that. And it's one of those, like, y'all know I like my down south shit, so this is definitely on some emo type of white people shit. But it's so good because what you just said is this. You can't stand her whining, which is the nagging that comes with, again, we associate with women. And Pacify Her is literally like, just give her what she wants so she can shut up.
Right.
And unfortunately, as women, when we think we have the power of our pussy, we're allowing men to shut us up by giving us their dick. And that is that bullshit to where we're not really getting what we want, because the sex, a lot of y'all ain't making us come. We really like y'all even when y'all dicks
don't
is whack.
do nothing.
So men and women, the lesson here is...
There we go.
The lesson here is stop betraying yourself. Stop betraying yourself with the hopes that someone is not going to betray you. Because when you betray yourself, you're setting yourself up for that failure. Off rip.
Off rip. Off rip.
And a word.
I also think it wouldn't be fair just because I think that she embodies, we talked about feminism.
Yeah.
We talked about macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, we did.
Cardi B finally came back with So It's Up and It's Stuck and It's Stuck and It's Up. I don't know what it's called. I love the video and I love the fucking cover art and I love everything about Cardi B. I know you're disappointed. So as you,
Cardi, listen, I love Cardi. I just don't love the
song. I want to
song.
ask Liv, if the world was open, would this be a song that you think genuinely
If
could
the world was open, I'd be twerking on the top of a couch at a club.
But you would also play this as a DJ. This would be
absolutely.
a fucking outside song.
It's an outside song. It's a hit. It has the formula set up for it to be a hit song. It is a hit song.
Yep.
So
for sure.
What are your thoughts on it then, Bridget? Because you were like, nah, bro, I'm cool on it. Like,
I'm just annoyed by the hook. That's all. It is a hit record. I don't love the hook.
is it because a lot of y'all were tagging us? Is it because it was stolen?
No. I don't really care. People steal shit all the time. I think, like, that's not gonna stop me from liking something. If shit is hot. I mean, all big famous artists steal shit from small artists. It happens all the time.
Right.
It's Drake said it. It's not who does it first. It's who does it better. And that is unfortunately a very sad fact. And so
for anybody using "See the Thing Is," we got that on lock. I'm sorry. I'm gonna
and
go
the
ahead
fucking ellipsis. Anyway. No, I honestly, first of all, Cardi B visually
beautiful
makes just the coolest shit. You know what I'm saying? I love her. Her videos have always been great, so I'm a fan. But also, I'm tired of a lot of the songs that have come out recently sound the same to me.
Do you think that? And it's funny because I saw you retweeted the tweet that I tweeted as far as even when it comes to Meg Thee Stallion, we don't want TikTok Meg, we want oh shit, fucking Snow. Bitch, I've been drinking.
Tina Snow?
Bitch, I'm like, fucking Snow.
Snow.
Tina
It's
Snow?
been snowing a lot in New York.
I know. I do. I want Tina Snow. The song I picked last week was from Meg's first EP.
Yeah.
That's who I love. That's who I fell in love with. That's who I want.
Do you have a problem too then with what the music sounds like right now for women rappers or women? Yeah, you do?
I mean, I don't have a problem. It's just like, okay, if everybody's starting to give the same aesthetic, that's what I have a problem with. Yeah. It's very hard to make a distinction between everyone because everyone is giving the same aesthetic, not only, of course, looks wise and stuff like that in terms of video aesthetic, but also in terms of sound. So, when is somebody going to give us something different? But on the flip side, we can also counter argue with, we have Rhapsody, we have Tierra Whack. And why aren't we supporting those women more? And it becomes a whole thing.
Becomes a whole circle, right?
Lakele 47 is shout out to her.
Lakele 47 is a vibe. Chica
is dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Lady
London. There's so many female Flo Milli. There's so many female artists.
Flo Milli about to pop off.
There's so many female rap artists that I feel like they just have a different vibe. And it's not
so weird though,
and there's
because
nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with this.
I was about to say, I grew up on some and we had this conversation, I don't know, maybe episode fucking 3 or 4, where y'all talked about Lil' Kim and I was talking about, growing up on Trina and Kaya as a woman who just now is in her own spaces making money. Like, I love the idea that we can own this sexuality and talk about fucking niggas for money and all that shit. Like, I love that there's almost empowerment in that.
Yes.
But I do. So it's weird because the same way we were talking about clickbait, we gonna click on the drama before we click on somebody donating to charity. And so this to me is almost that. Like, I know what the audience is really listening to. I'm not finna talk about some political fucking shit.
But I don't think those are the only things to talk about. Like, Doja Cat and Saweetie just did Best Friend. And it's literally it's about two women having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it can be done. It doesn't always have to be about how wet and good your pussy is. Like, and it isn't always. So that's why I don't mind it. I just feel like to me, this song, the melody of the hook reminded me of body yaddy 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 yaddy, and it was just
okay.
that repetition for me in a song like this, where I'm actually trying to listen to what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Like I care about what female
and it's stuck.
And it,
I see
it
what
sucks
you mean now.
because
Okay.
now I don't care what you're gonna say for the rest of the song. I'm not gonna remember your bars because I'm thinking about and it's up and it's stuck and what the fuck. And so
not up and what the fuck.
I'm just saying, like when the hook is repetitive like that, repetitious like that, it is hard for me to get into your lyrics. And I fuck with you as a female rapper because of your lyrics. I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm listening to you for.
Right.
So, and I love Cardi's tone. So it's like, come on.
I would say I like what she had to say in her things. Right.
I love
it. It is an outside vibe. I will also
definitely an
say,
outside vibe.
Shout out to Cardi for saying, if you had a twin, I would want you to run a train on me. Just, I don't know. I just want to shout out
You've been talking
that
about
was a great, I do have like some sort of fantasy on dad and son or brother, twin brothers. So I really like that.
This video is incredible.
Bro, if it's up, then it's up, and it's up, then it's stuck. Which real life, if it's up, it ain't stuck, baby, because you can put it down if you know what you're doing, if you know what I mean, baby. It ain't stuck. All right, that's all I want to say. Sorry.
Okay.
I know, I ain't shit.
Nah, listen,
But
this
you know
is
what?
an
And I
outside
love-
record. We would all be dancing
would.
to this in the club, without a doubt.
I will also say too.
I think
she said
that
this
maybe I
took
am
her
bored
a
because
month
I'm in the house.
as far as rehearsals. So even like
yeah, it seems that way.
yeah,
Had to have.
It's
It's a lot of choreo. Yeah.
There's a lot of choreo, which I love. And she looks great.
Yep.
And I love that she out here kissing mad bitches during COVID. Shout out to those bitches kissing during COVID.
I hope everybody got their PCR test.
Me too, man. You feel me? I'm like, y'all in a whole
not just a
goddamn
rapid
shell.
a PCR. I hope everyone on set got
Like
PCR.
on, like right then and there.
Yeah.
I guess, Liv, before we get out of our freshly squeezed, because, you know, we just talking about everything now. Fuck it. Audio Mac ain't re-up yet, so we just gonna sit here and give y'all whatever.
Hi, Audio Mac. Hit us back.
We miss y'all.
You know what's up, Audio
Hey,
Mac?
big head.
Hey. Oh, not the hey, big head.
Hey.
Hey, mushroom head.
I guess I know I played something for Melanie Martinez, but I did want to give a shout out because I'm a huge fan and he's beautiful. Lucky Day and Tiana Major had a song that dropped just on the 4th called On Red, and I love leaving niggas. Is it on red or on read?
Red.
It's on red, right? Well, that's how I be leaving these niggas. So I was like, hey.
It is. It's past tense.
It's on red or on read?
It's
you-
spelled,
if
it's
you
spelled the
left
same way,
something,
but if
it's
you left
red.
something, it's past tense. Past tense is red.
Okay.
I
Well,
read
say
it.
less. Shout out to Lucky
left
Day.
it. I got you left there.
I enjoyed the song, but I enjoy anything from Lucky Day and him because he's just him. And shout out to Joe's Pool Party for having him because when I tell you that's when I first fell in love with that man.
Oh.
And I thought he was like 23 because he looks young.
No, he my age.
That nigga
He
is
is
grown.
grown.
He 2 days older
I
than
was
me.
like, Lucky, you grown like that?
Grown.
Well, baby, I'm grown too.
Grown.
But I was so drunk, I don't know what I said to that man. So shout out to Lucky Day.
Shout out to Lucky Day.
I guess, Liv, do you have any music
I'll
or
play
anything
Flo
to
Milli, Roaring
Okay,
Twenties.
there we
That's
go.
That's
Look,
a new
you
joint. The
just
video,
talked about it.
the
Yes.
visuals are on fire. Like, I mean,
I like
it's like
Flo
if
Milli.
Flo
I like
Milli
Flo
got
Milli. I like her,
next.
actually.
She
I really
has
do.
next. If we're gonna talk about, giving something different, this is where we at. Flo Milli, she coming for some folks next.
I feel like she's in the space right now where Meg was a couple years ago with all her freestyles. She gets a lot of industry love and a lot of love on Twitter. It's just gonna take one hit
Yeah.
for her to
working on
completely go because she's there. People know exactly who the fuck she is. So go ahead.
Hey. Hey.
That's where I'm at right now, bitch. I got my own money. Niggas look so unattractive when you have your own money. Well, you need them for nothing. Go ahead, Flo Milli.
That's the vibes I'm on.
It is.
Come
I love
on,
it. Look at her.
visuals. Come on.
I love visuals.
And I got a shout out to her style team. Came in the clutch and just
Fire.
turned it out. I got to shout out Jenna. Under the tutelage of Misa Hilton, the one and only.
The
So
one
please
and only.
understand.
Overstand. Go ahead.
Understand,
Let 'em know.
overstand. Flo Milli is coming for y'all next.
Yep.
But also, it wasn't until like we even had that conversation from Doja to Cardi to even this Flo Milli video. The team that has to be involved for
Absolutely.
a woman to look and
Yeah.
dress and perform in this way. You have choreography. Like I talk about it all the time. Y'all want to sit here and compare us to like the Joe Budden pod. Like it's so different because them niggas could show up in a t-shirt and the same jeans every week and y'all
And y'all
wouldn't
wouldn't give a
fucking
fuck.
notice. Y'all wouldn't even fucking notice. But if I come in here with the same shirt this week as last week, I bet y'all motherfucking wring my motherfucking neck. And so it's crazy that women have to go about a different way. Bro, we have a photo shoot this week. Nigga, my makeup artist isn't available. We have to get makeup, hair, our photo, our clothes. Niggas could show up in the same jeans that they went out in last night for a photo shoot.
It's
and it not mean a goddamn thing.
I almost came in a sweatsuit today. I'm not even gonna hold you. It felt like it said that it was 21 degrees outside. 21.
Bro, y'all want Titty Tuesday when we dealing with blizzards. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
They
don't care about our health.
They don't.
Well, I don't. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm about to not care either because it's cold. I care about my
Next week,
life.
y'all getting me in the motherfucking Mandii B merch crew neck. Watch it. I ain't gonna hold you. That's
You
what I'm
better
coming
merch
in.
how you merch.
You feel
The fuck?
me?
Yeah.
Promote your shit.
Shit, you got to understand, overstand for anybody.
Yeah,
And like,
I got all that.
Again,
You merch how you merch.
yeah,
Merch how you
I don't know.
merch.
Like, but watching this, it is crazy too how much just time, effort, money, creative goes behind being women.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And again, I bet you she did this for herself and her image, not for the way you men view her. I'm just saying.
Because it is. I mean, the
Most of the
visuals
time
that
it
she's
is.
giving, it's
Niggas don't give a fuck about
it's
flappers.
fashion,
Well,
right?
she's an artist though. Like at
Right.
the end of the day, for her, it's like the aesthetic. She wants the aesthetic to match the music too. That's also what I think has worked for. And like Liv said, a lot of the other rappers have similar aesthetics. A lot of other female rappers have similar aesthetics. That's why they have to make videos that match the
I love
the music.
This
This is
on
dope
mute.
because it's a
On
little
mute,
different.
you
On
would
mute,
think this is R&B.
Yeah.
On
Correct.
mute, this looks very much so like the
amazing
Sabrina
visuals.
Claudio
Yeah.
winter video that I
Yeah.
showed you guys a couple
Yes.
months ago, or a month ago. But you would not think that this was a rapper.
No.
On mute. So I think it's
Fabulous.
beautiful. I love that women are showcasing their curves, their power,
Yes.
the just everything that women uphold in this environment. You know what I mean? Like I love it. 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 I love it.
So yeah, one more time because the visuals, you have to see
These
the
are
visuals
great.
for Roaring 20s. Shout out to Jenna Tyson, who is the stylist of this shoot for Flo
Shout out
Milli.
to her.
Like shout out to her. Black women, we doing it. We doing
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So yeah, Flo Milli,
it-
Roaring 20s.
So I know there's like I said, a lot of new music this week. There's not really anything else. I know that G-Eazy dropped something. It's Black History Month, so I don't care about his white ass.
Nope.
And who else dropped something new?
Nope.
Yeah, like it's Black History Month. Like we're not gonna bring up G-Eazy. He's infiltrating fucking rap. So we're not gonna bring up him. We're not gonna bring up who else? Jake Hart. Like none of them. We're just not gonna bring up. So who else dropped anything else that y'all can think of?
I don't know. I don't care. Let's talk about
I was
TV.
about to say, can
Let's
we
talk
go
about TV.
there?
We
Yeah,
can talk
because
about TV.
sorry, Audio Mag, what's up? Holla at us.
Freshly Squeezed was so much more exciting when people would be excited to tune in and be able to look at our playlist and be excited
Right.
about it and
It
download
was.
the Audio Mac app to listen to
and
it.
now
And
they
they was like,
can't.
oh, we working out to y'all shit. And now, yeah, it's not a thing
There's
now.
no
So
playlist.
we just
Nope.
go ahead and light that fire under the ass. But like I said, to me, TV was way better than music over the last couple weeks, actually.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, I'm going to go ahead. Netflix, while they're not right now, there's definitely streaming platforms being better than them, but Netflix is dropping a new movie every week for the entire 2021. So the idea that I have a new movie to watch every week, I like movies. I can digest it in less than 2 hours because I have to mentally prepare myself for series. I don't know if you're that way yet, but I'm like, if I'm gonna start, I'm gonna
There's
start.
only one that I had to mentally prepare myself
Which
for.
one?
Britney.
I haven't watched that yet.
It's only an hour and like 20 minutes.
But I had to mentally prepare because I'm a Britney fan.
So I do also want to share with y'all, if we gonna get into the personal bag, I go by Mandii B. Mandii B because I was born in 2012. Prior to that, my existence was MySpace.
The
so
B
yes,
stands for before.
Yes, I was coding. I was
Before
doing all of that,
2013.
and my name on Instagram was It's Mandii Bitch. Okay. Also, this was during the time where, you know how you had your own signature writing style,
Yes,
where you
yes.
made your E's 3s, or you double-eyed, or you made your O's
chaotic
0s.
fonts. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you call it?
I was just Comic
chaotic.
Sans. I was just Comic Sans. I tried not to get too fancy. I was just Comic
Not
Sans.
Times New Roman, bitch.
No, Comic Sans.
Oh, well, I thought it was just all Times New Roman.
Ariel.
Ariel was fun. Helvetica was also kind of cool.
So when I was in MySpace,
such a nerd.
It's Mandii Bitch was my name. And when it got into where I realized bitch would not be able to translate very far, I dropped the itch and just kept the B.
Okay.
And I kept the double I, which is why there's 2 I's, and which is why I'd be like, give me my double I.
And here I was thinking that the B was for like a middle name. And I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
everybody think my last name is Brown or something. No, bitch, you're wrong. Bitch.
What's your middle name?
It's actually Nicole.
Oh,
Nicole, and guess what? My mom went so far into thinking of my middle name. It's my cousin's name, and my aunt was there. So, bitch, my middle name is Nicole. I got my cousin's middle name. My name came from the goddamn mascot of the panda of the hospital I was born in, and then of course my last name is just given to me.
Excuse me?
I was the first child that made it past an abortion, so there was really no thought into my name when it came about.
Pardon?
So my name came after the mascot of the hospital.
She had 9 months. We can't.
There's no excuse.
That's not fair.
There's no excuse.
She decided.
It's not
she
like-
decided to keep me. I was the first one to make it.
She had 9 months.
I know, but like, it was the mascot of my hospital with my cousin's middle name and my daddy's last name.
Shout out to Miss Tammy, man.
But my sisters had way more thoughtful names. There's actually history and thought behind their names, so I love to hear their stories. Like, my great grandmother chose the second sister's name,
Christ.
and then my mom was into angels and like, you know, them little chubby angels that
Cherubs?
them things. They used to be a little popular
things.
with like the little
Like
nude.
the precious moments.
Yes, that.
Yes, precious moment.
So that's where my sister, my last sister, has a very angelic
Remember
name.
when people collected those and it was so creepy to go over their house and everyone had
like
these.
hella money.
Bro, I really used to want Gigapets and
I had
fucking-
Gigapets.
You had Gigapets?
I had nano babies.
Yeah, I had
The same,
Gigapets.
you know what I mean? See, look at me. I'm before 2012. I love it. Let's talk about this.
My mom. Yo,
I feel like I'm included now.
nope.
No?
You're
y'all
a
didn't
tech
have
cop.
like Cabbage Patch Dolls and Easy Bake
Yeah.
Ovens?
Yeah,
and
we did.
Yeah.
All of those. Did y'all go through the Spice Girl phase?
Yeah.
I used
did.
to buy all of the lollipops to collect all of the stickers that came with the lollipops.
Can I tell you? So again,
I was
if-
always
if-
Sporty Spice.
If we are in TV, so what's crazy is I don't know why the fuck I literally was Baby Spice and loved Lance Gross. Of course, I loved the gay man. Like that's what it came out to be.
Lance Gross isn't the gay man. Lance Bass is the.
Wait, who's Gross? Oh shit, that man is fine.
Lance Gross.
Lance Gross is look. I'm
What?
up there.
Lance Gross.
Look at me.
Lance Gross is actually very straight. Has a beautiful wife.
Men no more.
Shout out to Beck.
Wait, look at me. Look
Shout
at
out
me.
to Becca Gross. Shout out to
Shout out
Lance
to
and
Tyler
Becca
Perry
Gross.
and Lance. Can I just tell you how
You had
much
a crush on Tyler Perry?
that shows just how disconnected
Tyler
I
Perry
am
has been
from
looking
white
kinda
people.
scrumptious lately.
First off, calm the
I
fuck
don't know,
down.
girl.
You are not
He
gonna
looked.
give.
He was first of all.
You want to fuck Medea?
No, I
She
said
doesn't want to. I don't think she said she want to fuck
no. I did
Medea.
not say
Oh
that.
my god!
In the pictures he posted, he was
Sis.
giving girl. First of all, that was your tribe.
It was
He's tall.
Photoshop. Calm down.
He's tall and he's got a full beard. Knock it off. That's absolutely your tribe.
Bro,
Get the fuck
you
outta here.
calm down. Anyway, if I sit here and say Lance Gross and I meant Lance Bass, it's because I don't know white people anymore. Like, So what's crazy? No, but literally watching.
It is Black History Month. You cannot slander Lance Gross like this.
I love Lance Gross, but I just confused you with the NSYNC member that came out as gay, and I apologize. But because when I watched this Britney Spears documentary, which if you haven't yet, New York Times, which I didn't know, has a docu-series on a lot of different people. And when I tell you that's a whole nother thing to dive into, they just did one about framing Britney. It's because she's in a conservatorship where her dad is over her estate. And it's a whole documentary about that.
Fucking
but it goes
Jamie
into the
Spears.
misogynistic, like, battle in which Britney really had to get over. And of course, watching it as an adult is so different because
I haven't seen it. Don't spoil
Can I
it.
tell you,
No.
I removed all of Britney's posters off my wall when she got with Justin because Justin, after Lance was just like, oh, you're actually like the last member that is really the hot member. So now I want the top member. Because like, you know, when you go to a fucking club table, when you realize the nigga you've been talking to all night didn't pay the bill, you don't really want to talk to him no more. That's how I felt about Justin Timberlake. I said, I want Lance. That nigga's not gonna have a solo career. I want Justin. And so when, sorry, but when Britney, bro, yes, what? Why are y'all looking like this? So y'all never been to a club table and like was really feeling
There's
niggas?
no way.
This is your NSYNC logic. That's not even about
There's
that.
no way you
This
can
is how-
align a feeling that you had as an adult.
Bro, we grow, but we are still the same human beings. And yes, if I'm at a motherfucking table at the club
Help
and the
me
nigga
understand, y'all.
Live,
Help me.
live. Y'all, wait,
I don't
Bridget,
wanna-
y'all never been at a table all night, right? Y'all in the club. You like, oh, this nigga kind of fine. He making sure your drink is filled all night. Go ahead and give me some music while I set the scene. Go ahead. You got me. I don't know what music we gonna play, but you at the club. Liv, I hate you.
Yo, y'all know.
Bro, I'm setting the scene. I'm setting the scene. I done came to the club. My homeboy's like, yo, we got a table. Pull up with you and your girls. Da 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 da. And mind you, I just met this man, but he's like, bet I got a table. You good? Bring your friends. I'm like, bet. Y'all, we got a table. No waiting in line. We gonna pull up with them. It's exciting. You know what I mean? I feel like, yeah, my nigga said he got a table.
I'm setting the scene for you. Hold on.
Go ahead, let's go. Because I'm about to drop how this feel. You feel what I mean? Oh, come
I'm
on,
gonna
on
give
the 18th anniversary.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Many men wish this pussy on them, but all right, let me not. But anyway.
How much wine you had?
A lot, bitch. I done killed a whole bottle by myself. I was stressed out
Please
today.
tell this fucking story. You have like 30 more seconds.
Anyways, we going into the club. Motherfucker got the table. He's like, come on, mommy, you and all your friends. You +2, bet. Y'all good. He move everybody out the way, make sure we sitting down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He filling up our glasses. We toasting, we twerking. It's a good ass motherfucking night. I'm like, oh, I got me the boss. We good. We say you like this, right? And the check come out. And that nigga disappear. And now his friend is who bought the goddamn table. And you realize you with the work. Damn. You with the nigga with no money that's out here flossing on his friend's dime. And then it's like, now as the check come out, you gotta start fucking the nigga paying the check.
Right.
Cause now you can't keep dealing with the nigga that's not paying for this shit.
You can't dine and dash, but
you can, but you can't. Like because now
I mean, because at that moment, I would have left the table.
I would have left.
See, wait. Oh wait, y'all would have just left.
Hell yeah.
After you found out
this, I did not come to this club with you. I'm not going to leave with you. And
oh, the men gonna be sad at y'all saying this.
no.
They know that.
First of all,
charge that to the game.
No. The men that do pay when the checks come know with their friend, at least one is a wrangler. And
Not the wrangler.
In the wrangle.
The honey badger.
And correct. and comes and badgers the honeys to get them to the table.
Exactly.
Okay? So they know what time it is. They know. The ones that be spending the money know that they gotta go with the cute broke friend with the dimples that gotta go collect the women, right?
And he's so beautiful, and then you get bad because then at the end of the night you realize he broke, and now it's like, damn, you gave me such a good night, but damn, I really can't give you this pussy.
And I gotta leave the homosexual and all of his mediocrity at the table.
Not the
because
homosexual.
No, because you bamboozled me, my guy. That's not my responsibility now to see this through. Fuck out of here.
Nah, I feel like that's just what I felt. Shout out Britney Spears. Free Britney.
How we even got to all of that from the Britney Spears doc? Because it lets you know that you have to wear a parachute at all times for these segues. Because sometimes you just jumping out the plane. You don't even know.
Jumping out the window with this
You just don't even know.
I was thinking of a song. You do so well with that, Liv. Thank you.
I tried.
Because I was
the
really
best.
thinking. I was really thinking. Y'all don't even know. We had to edit out my musical segues last week. But I guess I said earlier in this episode that I was watching The Sinner. I just saw season 1
with Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel is only in season 1. Season 2 and season 3 are different stories.
I started watching the beginning of that, but I couldn't keep up.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
you gonna like it.
And there's a lot of like incestual issues that I was just like, what's going on? But it just had it was just really, 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 really good. Again, back to like the predator and the prey, and when things are made okay when you're, just sticking up for the people you love. It was just really good. Also, something else that I watched this week, and I'm still not finished, but I think we're on episode 9 of Your Honor.
Your Honor is so great.
I didn't
I'm
get
a freak bitch.
It's
gonna happen every week.
every week until it's over.
Happen every week.
I have so much anxiety watching the show, and now I hate most of the characters. Like, I hate the boy, I hate the judge.
I hate everyone.
I hate everybody on the show.
But that's how I felt about Breaking Bad too.
Good. Yeah, the story's just so good.
It's the same.
Yeah, you just got to get into it.
What else did I get into? So outside of the Britney doc, outside of Your Honor, outside of The Sinner.
Wait a minute. I haven't watched it yet. Chet's in this?
Chet is in it, bitch. Chet Banks, and he doesn't not
Hanks.
Chet. Oh shit! Look
Chet
at me.
Bumbleclot Hanks is in this? Y'all didn't tell me that.
He sure is, and girl, he is that role in this.
And
too.
all of
he's
all
a
of
gangster.
Bumbleclot?
He's a bumbleclot gangster.
Oh,
no, he's
he is a gangster.
he's a white
He's a white gangster, not a bumbleclot gangster.
He not. There's no resemblance to anything from Shatas. I promise. It's just
actually
strictly white.
There's drugs involved.
That's true.
And guns. It's Shatas.
Extortion and a whole lot of fuckery.
It is. See, look, it is the same. I told you it's the same. It is. What else? Did you guys watch anything?
I mean, I watched Servant. Servant is a vibe for me. M. Night Shyamalan could do no wrong.
I still haven't watched it.
I've
been slacking.
It's actually,
I finally watched
I thought it
Tiger.
was going to be scary. It's not scary at all. I thought it was going to be like a demon baby. It's not, actually. I can't watch things with demon children
I don't
and
like
babies.
demon babies.
Well, because first of all, the trailer starts out with the picture of this baby doll that looks like an old man.
No, that looks scary.
Right. But here's the thing.
White people be looking scary though, bruh. I'm sorry. They don't be looking scary.
I know it's Black History Month, but we gotta relax.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's the doll. The doll just looks really weird. But you have to watch the movie. It's sad. And actually, I'm gonna spoil this. What seems to be scary. The reason that they have a doll is because the woman's baby died.
Oh,
and so it's supposed to be an emotional support doll for her.
Yeah, that's
all the doll is. But you have to watch it because it gets you get to learn all these characters and understand like the trauma surrounding the situation. But it's really good.
I guess if we are talking about though Black History Month.
Oh dear.
And Parks isn't in here, but our audio sounds way different. I don't know what happened.
I think the volume just turned down.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Hopefully y'all still hear it's really good. But there was a movie featuring Liam Neeson, which I normally love him. He's the guy from Taken and all these other fucking movies. I watched a movie that
he always got to save his daughter.
It was not good with him. Yeah. He actually robbed 12 banks.
Himself.
He robbed 12 banks. He was trying to save himself from himself.
He always got a special set of skills.
And I didn't like it. Basically,
so you just can't go into retirement?
What is this movie called?
Can you just go to West Palm for the weekend instead of flying over the Alps?
Weekend at Bernie's?
So he robbed 12 banks, got $9 million, and met a woman and said, I can't live with this guilt. I have to turn myself in. And
you pussy.
When I tell you, I was like, oh no, this ain't for me. But before we wrap up, one of the shows that I did get to watch this week, which I'm glad I got to watch, and that you brought up last week, was American Skin with Nate Parker. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was good. It was exhausting and draining in the same way that Malcolm and Marie was.
Yes.
But also there were things that I wish happened differently. There was a lot of things that I was like, ooh, this could have went anyway. Mm-hmm. Were you able to watch, Liv? Were you able to watch American Skin? Did you like it?
I rented it.
I rented it, bitch, $5.99. Whole show did.
It was cool.
It was cool.
It's the whole thing of it triggering, and it's like, damn, we're here, we live it. So it's kind of like, remember the show with Angela Bassett that came out on Fox, and it was about police and just dealing with police brutality. I forget the name. Dang.
Oh, I don't know if I
can. Yeah, let's Google it. Angela Bassett, cop show,
I don't remember
Fox.
it being on.
And it was on for like one.
No. You're thinking of Sanaa Lathan. You're thinking of Sanaa Lathan.
The Sanaa Lathan show.
Yeah, it was Sanaa Lathan, Mac Wilds.
Sanaa Lathan gonna listen to this and be like, bitch, you thought I was Angela Bassett?
Their show was on Fox for one season.
Shots fired.
I couldn't really get into that show in particular because it was just
it was
like
too triggering.
We were literally living in it at the time,
and I feel like
that's the same thing with American Skin. Because I'm living in it, it was hard for me to give my full attention.
You
to
watch
it.
SVU, no? Like
hell no, I don't watch that show.
Oh, you don't? You guys don't watch?
Ayana
SVU?
told me a long time ago to stop watching that because why would we want to live in other people's sex trauma?
Yeah,
I don't watch SVU. I try to tell my cousins. I try to tell. It's a good show, but I try to tell my cousins don't live in that. Imagine watching a marathon every Tuesday of sex crimes.
No.
Do you see how bad that sounds?
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, you're living in other people's trauma because it's always based on a true story.
And so there's a lot of films right now. If I go through like Hulu, HBO, and like there's a lot of things that have to deal with COVID present day. This is police brutality present day. I think we can watch slave movies and take it in like, damn.
No.
I think we can watch even civil rights movies. No, but I'm saying if we're
watching when they redid the original Roots was really traumatizing.
Right.
To watch the new version of Roots, which by the way, your boy from Bridgerton played Chicken George in the new Roots. So, in case you weren't,
let me go watch that with his fine ass and rub a little one out while I watch
Not
it.
in Roots.
Sorry.
As Chicken George.
My bad. You were out rub one out there in Bridgerton. My bad. All right, let me just scroll his Instagram.
Yeah.
My bad. Okay, I can't rub one out there in Roots.
Definitely,
okay,
it's traumatizing, and I think it is very hard to watch. It is very hard to watch things on police brutality. What I liked about American Skin, though, and this is because I know Black police officers, it was actually, I think, important that as much as we don't ever get a chance to hear from them, you know what I'm saying? We don't ever get a chance to see on film what that dialogue and exchange might actually look like. And
it was good.
And so I appreciated that because I think it actually did give us a break from the just seeing red the whole time and just wanting everybody to die.
Right.
The part that I liked about it though is that
it humanized everybody, which I think in those moments is really important.
But in his mind of again, the white man, because he was Black, feared for his life. The white man voiced that, and they're so fearful of what Black people could or would do because they view, us as savages and animals and all of these other awful things. And the idea that he walked in there with no intent on killing anyone. He said, I just wanted you to feel what I feel. And so the idea that this officer is saying, of course I feared for my life from your 14-year-old son who only had a phone. I feared for my life. I thought it was a wonderful depiction of, as a Black man who lost his son to you, he still didn't want to kill you. He just wanted you to feel what he felt. And I feel like that was so powerful. And that's what I took from that is just like, damn, he didn't come in there with any intent of killing you people.
No.
Like that wasn't his intent.
It was a good body of work.
Yeah.
And hopefully, I reached out to him to try and I would really like to interview him.
I would too.
And so I want to try and make that happen because I would like to, well, just because I think as much as the audience that we are somewhat desensitized because it is stuff that we live on a daily basis. Right. I would love to see how a creative can participate in that type of work and not be, heartbroken and devastated and having to relive that. What does that process look like?
I cried the whole time.
And remove, but also like what the process of removing yourself from the art looks like,
Feels
right?
like
like
you have to do table reads.
Yeah.
You have to rehearse lines.
Yeah.
You have to do scenes
And for the
over and
white
over
actors-
again.
Over and
white
over. That's
actors.
what I always think about. Even the film with Malcolm and Marie. Y'all had to shoot that how many times?
Well, for the
we were exhausted
for the
watching
white
it.
actors, for the white actors who aren't racist in real life, to have to sit there and go back and forth and read that in character,
right,
with a black character and make him feel that way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
I
didn't even think of that.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to DJ a premiere party for Euphoria when the world was open.
This subtle flex is brought to you by.
Yeah. I've been working. DJ a premiere party for Euphoria where they had a panel discussion with Zendaya as well as Sam Levinson. And after the audience watched the first two episodes of Euphoria, and was just like, everybody came in, they're all in their mid to late 20s, early 30s, and everybody's excited for this premiere. And then after they watch it, everybody's just like,
yeah, the energy changes.
By the way, Sam Levinson, like we said, is also the writer and director of Malcolm and Marie. Mm-hmm. So he has a knack for having these dialogues of just a lot of trauma and conflict between characters that have backgrounds that are very heavy. And within this interview that he does after everybody's watched this, one of the questions that came up was, actually it was for Zendaya, how do you guys find yourself after having to go that deep with these characters that are emotionally heavy? And she said, as well as Sam, that they had a therapist on deck because some of the actors got too into the character and had breakdowns at some point.
Which is what happened with, who did the Joker?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger got so involved, like, he took his life, and you get into these.
Well, that was an accident, but he was on medication because of the character.
Because of the character,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It had to do with
like it was a bad cocktail. It wasn't like
but even as of course, people who have regular jobs can look at us as podcasting. Y'all have the easiest job ever. We have to remove everything that we're dealing with in life. Like I said, last month was probably the hardest month I had to deal with in life. And I have to come in here laughing, put it on a show, because guess what? If I come in here and there's any sort of bad energy, now everyone reads it, and now I'm getting attacked for just being human.
Right.
And so in these type of instances where you're taking on the character, because how else do you portray a character that's hurt if you don't feel hurt?
Right.
The same way you as an artist.
Yeah.
You can sing songs to the top of your extent. If it's a song about hurt and you're hurt, we're gonna feel that song.
You're gonna know.
And so you said that there was actually an actual therapist on.
They have to have it.
For a lot of these productions, they do.
That's something new. I didn't know that.
I'm loving all this content. I'm loving all of these shows and all of this music and all of these movies.
Guys, I finally watched Tiger.
Yay!
3 weeks later?
A month later.
No, I watched it last week, but
did you enjoy it?
I liked it.
Okay, good.
I did. Good. I liked it a lot. It reminded me of
that nigga
a
was out there
story.
in Super Bowl looking crazy with the shorts and the windbreaker and all of that.
Oh dear,
looking crazy.
It was a lot. I had a story, but pretty much I attended summer camp at Medgar Evers College in Brooklyn. If anybody knows,
shout out CUNY.
Shout out to CUNY. Went to a summer camp. They had the New York sports camp for the inner city youth. It's a free sports camp, and they held it every summer. I went there from age 10 to 12, and I think the second year that I went there, we went. I guess Tiger was in the PGA, and the PGA had came to New York, so we went on a trip to see Tiger practice. And we go to see Tiger practice, and we rowdy kids from Brooklyn. We're like, yeah, fucking Tiger Woods, yeah, like, fucking acting up and shit like that. So we're like, oh my God, it's Tiger. So everybody's like, shh, little ghetto blasters, they just shut the fuck up. You gotta be quiet because he needs to concentrate. So he's practicing and stuff like that or whatever. And we're like asking our guide, or not guidance, but our summer youth counselors, we're like, can we get an autograph? We supposed to, can you like autograph? They're like, okay, we gotta wait, but he has to finish. But just remember, just seeing this documentary and then realizing the time frame of where he was in his career back when I was 11 years old. That was about 1998-ish. That was his prime.
Right.
So we got to see Tiger in his prime. So like that day, I'll never forget it. He was practicing and hitting his shots, and he was visibly pissed. And in my 11-year-old mind, I'm like, yo, it's practice. Like, the fuck, what are you mad for? Like, but just seeing in
Allen
that...
Iverson, practice?
Right.
Is this what we talking about? Practice?
This what we talking about? This what we upset? You mad over practice?
Why was I 13
like,
wanting to fuck Iverson? He was so
Oh,
fine.
my God.
Okay, sorry. Okay, go ahead, Tiger. Iverson was that nigga.
Seeing this documentary and seeing how serious, how seriously Tiger took the
Different
game.
breed. Different breed.
And just seeing how, there was no day of practice. Like every day was a day where you performed your best in his mind. So that day when we saw him practicing for the PGA and he's not hitting or having a great day, and then he's finally done, and then he's walking along the white rope or whatever, and we're all like, Tiger, can we get an autograph? Yo, this dude, he literally had his Sharpie was just like this. If you got one, you got one. Why his caddy took my Nike hat and signed, I'm like, I don't want this. Me no want that. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, wait, his caddy signed Tiger's name?
His caddy signed his name on my hat.
You're lying.
So that's my Tiger Woods story. Yeah, but yeah, I just
White men gon' white men.
No.
Oh, no?
I don't even think it was his caddy, Steve. It was some other guy that day.
I was going to say his caddy was in here.
It wasn't Steve. It was some other guy, but like, dude,
he wanted to feel that power.
Yeah, he wanted to feel power. He literally took my hand. He's like, here you go. Like, I don't know you, nigga.
Jesus.
And your Brooklyn ass probably said that.
I don't know you.
I want Tiger.
Me no want that.
This is
Me
you
want
giving me
Tiger.
You're a liger.
There's Tiger.
Well, no, just watching the documentary, understanding, around 1998, 1999, he was at his prime, and he literally, like, looking at he always had this game face on because he knew how powerful he was in that moment. He knew there was a lot of pressure on him to be the one, to be the next Michael Jordan the next Michael Jordan will also be the person for golf and Nike and everybody else and his family, his mom, his dad, holding him to this, high esteem and on this pedestal. So just reliving that day that I had 11 years old where Tiger was mad and I was like, what the fuck you mad for? It's practice.
Right.
And I didn't get an autograph.
He had a whole life that he was dealing with.
Yeah, he was dealing with a lot in his life.
His
so
dad
I
that was
apologize,
cheating.
Tiger.
Yeah.
I was pissed off that day.
And Tiger, I'm sorry
But
for
I get
making
it.
fun of your outfit during Super Bowl this week. But I guess I know it was really bad.
I mean, this was an eventful week, but we
Let's
go
ahead,
ahead,
we
gotta get out of here.
It's Monday. I gotta get these nails done. They probably gonna talk about me on the YouTube. My gel keep chipping, baby, and I'm in a new place. I gotta find where to do acrylic nails because the people in my place don't do acrylic nails. It's a whole stress. I gotta travel to get my nails done.
I'm about to travel to get mine done too.
It's a lot. What we going out on? Can I request something?
You want to request
No.
something?
Can I request something?
I want to
Okay.
see. No.
I was just going to go back to the same time. What you want to request?
Oh, I thought you had one.
I
queued
wanted to give an O's back to 50 and my favorite song because I wasn't born in 2012. Shout out to Get Rich or Die Trying 18-year anniversary.
Big Queen's energy.
Men. Wish death upon me. Blood in my eyes, dog, and I can't see. Can we get off on that?
That's traumatizing.
Because, but I feel like we talked about a lot of trauma.
He lived it.
Fuck
I mean,
feminism.
he
you know
sure
what I mean?
did.
Feminism is traumatizing.
We're not fucking feminism.
Sorry. We're not fucking feminism.
We're not saying fuck
We're
feminism.
not saying fuck
We're in support of
feminism. We're in
feminism.
support
The
of
real
feminism.
feminism.
The real feminism. But this is when I truly loved 50, and because I was
Go, my bad, wrong song.
bro, not the go,
like,
go.
of all the
not go
songs.
shout it, man.
You see it's highlighted on Many Men and it started playing in the
I just feel like, again, I didn't know mixtape 50, but this is when I was introduced to him, and then he shortly came out with a whole acting career with Get Rich or Die Trying, and I love the movie. So for those of you who are Gen X and listening to us, you should check it out. But yeah, let's get out of here to this, because this just makes me feel like I am ready to conquer the world.
Many men
Go ahead.
wish death upon me. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see.
I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be.
Nigga wanna take my life
Women
away. Many.
trying to take my life away.
Women.
I don't know. I just want to make it for women. Sorry. Okay. Anyways, shout out to those of you who watch us on
Sounds
YouTube.
personal.
Shout out to those of you who tweet us on the Twitter street.
Shout out to the many men that listen to us.
Oh, the mini men.
The mini
There is
men
a
that
lot of
love
mini
us.
men that listen to us. And also those of you who leave your comments, rate, review, subscribe.
Yes.
Check us out, y'all.
And all the many men that want to give me a Valentine, my cash app
Ooh, not
is
the
Olivia
Cash
the
App.
dope one.
Wait, Olivia, can you spell that? Is it the dope one or
Olivia,
D-A dope one?
The THE dope number one.
Damn, bitch, you better pay your rent off this episode. Let's go.
Olivia, the dope one. We'll
No,
see y'all.
honestly though, shout out to everyone. What? I can't shout out to people? You don't want me to keep saying? Okay.
Not everyone.
I was sorry. Not shout out to everyone. Fuck all of y'all
What?
that Bridget doesn't want to shout out to.
Jesus Christ.
Damn, she said fuck all your shout outs.
Fuck all y'all. Fuck
All right.
the shout outs.
Cry no more.
Can't look to the
Bye,
sky no more.
guys.
Have mercy on me.
Have mercy on my soul.
See y'all next week.